and welcome.
Of the American Association, Peter of Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Best Buy Supermarket. I want to thank all the sponsors who participated last year and those who come back this year and the new ones. Let's have a great time. Let's make this work. We don't do this just because we have beautiful uniforms. We do it because we want to showcase our young people, their talent, and let them know that there are opportunities in cricket that they can benefit from. So thanks everyone. Governor, thank you for coming out again to open this ceremony and to open this tournament. And everyone that's here, the managers, the players, thank you all very much. I'll turn back over to Alkin, the chair. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Webster. And now the President for the Anguilla Cricket Association, and please come.
Well, after 1 year watching them play their hearts out, tournament. This is going to be amazing, and may the best team win. Today is my last day as the Association President, so thank you guys so much for all your support over the years. I'm still going to be supporting you, but behind the scenes, because this is so low, we thank you so much time every year. Just excited to see this game start.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and you have been a lot of support to us in cricket, and we still will call on you for more support. We have reached the most important part with lessons on this tournament, and we'll call Pastor Denfield Baptiste to bless the tournament. So. Wherever you are, there's a because the movers of the throne sit bow in secret joy. Know that the Lord is God alone. He can create and He destroys. Father in heaven, this afternoon your people are gathered here to socialize, to pray, to exercise real sportsmanship one with another. We ask in the name of Jesus that the Spirit of the living God will rest upon your people today. We pray, of God, that the Spirit of division will eradicate himself in this place. We pray, of God, that your people will exercise unity. They will exercise friendship. They will exercise real sportsmanship, that as they play, they will play not just for themselves, but they will give you that glory in whatever is done in this place. Father, I pray and so Father, we pray, dear Lord. Thank you very much, and apologies for that slight delay. We are now ready. First, we want to apologize to the umpires, Mr. Peter Lake, Gary Dredbeck. We want to apologize to you, Mr. Catherine Hughes, for the delay, and to those spectators, we also want to apologize for the delay in our stop. But we want to thank you for being here. We want to thank all those who graced this opening ceremony, the Vice President, the Governor, and all the officials, the Deputy Governor, and all the officials from the Governor's Office, and all the sponsors. We want to thank you all for sponsoring this tournament, and we look forward to seeing you at other games. And we want to thank you again, and hope that you enjoy these days. Thank you all for coming. Let the game begin. So Beamerz, we heard, won the toss, and they will be batting. So the foreign team will be in the field, and certainly we look forward to some glorious cricket as the turnover now to come to the up in the booth, and again, thank you all.
Thank you, Alkins, and good afternoon once again to all of our listeners, the general public near and far. It's the second edition of the Anguilla Premier T20 League. It is slated to bowl off this Saturday. Was pushed back because of the inclement weather over the course of the last weekend, as was previously slated, and now we are just about getting ready to start this year's competition, this year's tournament. You've just heard the opening ceremony there from the chairman, Alkins. You've heard remarks from the Premier of Anguilla, the Honorable Mr. Ellis Lorenzo, and you have also heard greetings coming to you from the President of the Anguilla Cricket Association as well. I'll go across to my commentator here and say good afternoon, Millington. Welcome to another edition of the Anguilla Premier League T20 2022.
Good evening, Tony, and good evening to all those who are taking our commentaries wherever they are. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. APL 2022, second edition, is here indeed. Taking a while in starting, but we are here nonetheless. And nonetheless, we are looking forward for nothing else but an excellent tournament. We saw what Anguilla had to produce last time around, and we have no doubt that we are going to be even bigger and better this year. Tony, we are seeing the umpires who are coming to the middle. Our umpires for today is going to be Mr. Jack Webster, and with him is Mr. Keatley Lake. Those are our umpires for today. As you would have heard, Beamerz would have won the toss. They have chosen to bat, and as we are seeing, their opening batsmen walking out in the middle, and opening batsman for the Beamerz today, none other than the man Dion Burton, and with him is that Giovanni Gums. I'm not seeing that number 12 behind his back, but we are waiting for clarification. It is Beamerz, was crowned 2021 champions. And the new teams, the new kids on the block, it is the foreign stars. They will have been asked to take the field. And no doubt to Tony that the foreign stars will really have to come good if they want to make it one up in this the first game.
Well, certainly the foreign stars, they will be taking on the Beamerz, one of the finalists in last year's tournament, and they certainly will be looking to stamp the authority on this year's tournament as well, having fought all the way to the finals last year. They didn't end it the way they would have wanted to, and are looking forward this year to put their foot forward and to keep on pressing on. The foreign stars, yes, like the name says, they are foreign stars. Quite a number, if not all of them, overseas base players who resides here in Anguilla. And speaking to some of the persons who are familiar with some of the players as well, they have got quite a number of reasonable cricketers, so to speak, from Trinidad, from St. Vincent, from Dominica and the likes, and they too will be certainly looking to make their mark, their first time into this tournament, and they will be certainly looking to put on a good show here this afternoon. It's a nice the partially lush outfield based on the dry conditions we have had. The fields look spectacular. The boundary boards new and improved as opposed to last year at Millington, and it's quite a great spectacle for the start of this year's APL 2022.
Indeed. The starting 11 for the Beamerz would read.
Yeah, he mic was down.
Starting lineup for the Beamerz: Lindell Richardson, the captain, number 15, Dion Burton, Giovanni Gomes, Shaka Hodge, Jonathan Tyson, Jad Hunt, Akeem Saunders, Radish Ramraj, Rakesh Gukaran, Kerry Gukaran, and Yannick Honu. For the foreign stars, we are seeing Ashley White, Dion Williams, Raquel Cyril, Shivna Ryan Benjamin, Desmond Oliver, Elvis Monix, Jim Felix, Michael Ferguson, Tyrone Ashby, Devon Singh, and Kishon Charles. It's going to be the captain, Ashley White. It is Ashley White who's going to get us started. APL 2022, second edition. From the far end to ball to the back. Getting this one through the offside. They're going to get off the mat. They've gone for one. The man at backward point couldn't feel. Fumbles and allowed a single. Total on to one. It's 1 for no loss. Brings the left-handed diminutive figure in Dion Burton in strike. It's 1 for no loss. Over number 1. The Beamerz deck in black and yellow. And the foreign stars in green and black. And their numbers been written in black in the back and trimmed with white. It's Ashley White. He's going to change his line of attack to the left-handed batsman. He's going to come right arm around the wicket. Umpire Jack Webster says it's okay to bowl. Runs away, passes umpire, bowl to Burton. Burton is getting one that is covering up nicely. Playing him back along the track. No harm done, and so far the wicket, 3 balls, and it looks good, Tony. Looks a good track. So
yes, certainly Millington, newly laid strip.
Here is White getting down the left side. Is that a wide out? It was off the pad. We wait to see, and then it came off the pad. It's 1 for no loss. It's Dion Burton yet to get off the mark. Hano getting off the mark. The right-handed batsman, slimly built. Average height here is White. It's a bowl to Burton. Bonus hitting this one. Through back the point, 4 runs. Not a bad move, but not for back the point. Only had to go and retrieve from the back the point. Boundary. That was a well stroked through the outside and into the extra cover boundary for 4 runs.
Yes, and there was Burton. The previous 2 deliveries, well balled there by White, but this time this one a little bit on the loose side of things, and Burton making no mistake, just punched that one, and it was 4 good runs to open his account and to really push his team to the score of 5. So the Stars would want to tighten up a bit more Millington.
Here is White to bowl to Burton is whipping this one straight to square leg. This could be trouble here. Oh, the throw isn't good, but the batsman had made his ground. Al-Hara decided he was going, come what near me, what come I was going. And in the end, single taken quite easily. Burton moves on to 5. The score on to 6. 6 for no loss. Over number 1, White goes back over the wicket. Hano, the right-handed batsman. Taps away at the crease, waits for White, sees him moves in to bowl to him, and this one is getting wide, but well taken by the keeper. Moving to his left smartly, getting a wide delivery down the leg side. Total moves on to 7. I know he's on 1. Bright, a beautiful day here at James Ronald Webster Park. Mixed color on the ground. It's nearly green. Here is White to bowl to Hanover. Get down the left side. And again, another wide call by the umpire. Bit of nerves from Ashley White. You will have to get it right very, very soon. These are gifts. Tomorrow is not Father's Day. It is Mother's Day, and he's giving away some very early gifts. Here is this. You see the umpire there, Tony Webster, coming down the track and making sure that Ashley is not really running in the danger area. It's going to be White again from the far end to bowl to Hano. Hano is hitting its one to extra cover. The man of the extra cover boundary comes in and field, sends the return, can't stop the single. Hano moves on to 2, and the total to 9. 9 for no loss. The end of over number 1, and a good start by the Beamerz, winning the toss, choosing to bat after 1 over. There are 9 for no loss.
Even though the Beamerz would have scored 9 runs off of that over, I'm certainly sure that the Stars will feel good of themselves just by only allowing 9 runs off of that particular opening over. But maybe you can say, you know, just a little bit of nerves there from White. Not as good as over that he would have liked, giving away some 9 runs, and are certainly looking forward to tightening up in the remaining overs. It's 20 overs aside, and the Beamerz, they can put on a score here that will be challenging if the Stars allow them to do so. But it's a new team, and it's good to see. We wait to see what else they have in store for us here, starting off this tournament.
Indeed.
This year's 2020.
Yes. And we've seen a number of players who would have played with the Beamerz. Last time around, playing with the foreign Stars. Players like Ashley White. It's going to be Michael Ferguson from just the commentator's booth end. He's going to move away from us here, right arm over the wicket to bowl to Hano. Moves away. Passes on by ball to Hano. Get one in the air, and it's going to be caught. Magnificent catch. Move it to his left slightly. And what a catch. Is that the man? Shibney Benjamin. Is it Benjamin? Move it to his left and taking a wonderful catch. Hano goes. Beautifully caught. Shot it up. For 2, and the foreign Stars striking and drawing first blood.
Well, Millington, we saw from the first ball that was bowled in this encounter, it was actually a misfield. And on this occasion, we have seen where a splendid, spectacular catch was taken there by the fielder there. The batter probably thought that would have passed, but he leapt to his left and clutched it nicely to really send the opening batsman there for the Beamerz back to the pavilion, and a good start for the Stars. The foreign Stars, they're getting an early wicket in the second over.
Yes, Shibney Benjamin moving to his left very smartly at mid-off. He had to dive, and he dove to his left, and he pulled off the catch. Magnificent catch, and what a way to commence APL 2022.
Yeah, brilliantly executed there by Benjamin. Gently tossed up delivery there to the batsman, and giving his wicket away actually.
Yes. Here is Michael Ferguson, moves away to bowl to the new batsman is Saunders. That's Akeem Saunders. Total moves on by 1 to 10. It's Beamerz losing their first wicket at 9. They have now moved on by 1 to 10. So Ferguson, first delivery of APL 2022, picked up the wicket of honor. Here is Michael Ferguson bowling to 6-3 field. Here is Ferguson ball to Dion, and Button is driving down to mid-off, can't score. Push coming forward and pushing it back to Felix. Feeling there at mid-off in the 30-yard circle. And then two men are allowed out in the first 6. And the foreign stars only have 1. That is the man on the final leg boundary. Here is Ferguson to bowl to Burton. Burton is jumping well. You can save your legs because that one has run out of air crate and it goes into the boundary for 4.
Well, gently tossed up there again, and Burton was just stretching forward and just stroking that one through the cover there for 4 good runs there to continue his splendid start so far in this innings. But Michael is just coming off a very short run-up, just a gentle medium pace. He got a wicket on his first ball, was able to contain the batter, but this time giving away a 4.
Yeah, it's bowling to Dion, better line, better length. I want a pitched up Yorker. And Dion coming down it, can't score, pushing it down the track for Ferguson to field on his follow through. Score remains on 14. 14 for the loss over number 2. Here is Ferguson, who rubs his hands in his trousers and runs away. Passes umpire ball to Burton. Wide delivery, and he's fortunate to have gotten away with just the 2 runs. They've gone for 1. We'll come back for the second, and that's what they're going to get. But that one was a wide delivery, and he should have done better with that one as well.
Certainly not getting the whole of it that he would have liked, and some poor feeling there by the fielder there for the foreign stars. Could have just probably limiting them to 1, but missed field, and Burton was able to capitalize on the missed field and gaining himself and his team 2 runs. But all in all, somewhat of a pretty good over, with just that 4 being struck from Michael's first over. Certainly show that he can feel good with the way he would have started Millington.
Yes, indeed. Some 7 runs from the over. It is 16 for 1. 16 for 1 at the end of over number 2. It's going to be Ashley White to continue. The right-handed batsman. Sanders. We have a new look commentating team, and you'll hear from the special one in just a bit. Here is White. This one is pushing along the hand side. He can't stop the single. Total moves on by 1. 17. We've seen it all around the world. And we are not going to be the last at all. Here is White to bowl to Burton. Runs away, bowl to Burton. Burton is coming and pushing, covering up nicely. On the offside, can't score. Remain on 17. 17 for 1. Wonderful boundary markers. As you would have heard Tony speaking about them. And Digicel and Sports Max are written on them. Here is Ashley White to bowl to Dion is pulling, not timing it, this one. Straight to the man there for the square. That's Desmond Oliver, who fields cleanly, no run resulting. And so we are seeing Digicel, bigger together. Sign below us on the boundary rope, and the Sports Max. Here is Ashley White, a slow delivery and well picked by Dion Burton. Playing it back down the onside of the track, can't score. Score remains on 17. Burton is on 11. With him is Sanders. He's on 2. I know the man out for 2. He was caught by Benjamin. Brilliantly taken off the bowling of Ferguson. This one is high in the air. A fielder's getting under it. Retain the catch. Burton goes! Burton goes! And the foreign star strikes again. Ashley White getting the better of his fellow man, well, his nephew. He goes. Dion Burton goes. Caught at mid-half of the bowling of Ashley White for 11, and the Beamerz are in some early bother.
Well, in some early bother is the Beamerz, and certainly Burton will be kicking himself. Oh, but Ashley White, in his first over, he would have conceded some 9 runs, probably just a loosener. But in his particular second over, has really tightened things up a bit and making sure that the batsmen are not getting any loose deliveries so far, and the tightness has forced the hand of Burton and has caused him to play a shot like that has seen his downfall, Millie.
Yes, indeed. Here comes the skipper, the man Lyndall Richardson. Not sure how much form he's in, but he's here. Lyndall Richardson, we know what he can do. Would he be able to produce for the Beamerz today? It's the foreign stars who are looking the team who are up to the task. It's Ashley White from the far end, Valley Central Polyclinic end, to bowl to Sanders. Sanders waits and gets one that he is pushing to the offside, can't score. Score remains on 17, and at the end of over number 3, it is 17 for 2 with the man, the batsman at the crease. Botany, the man out for 11, and Hanwell for 2. Sanders on 2, and Linda Richardson, the captain, yet to face a ball.
Yes, Militon, and the foreign stars certainly looking the part there. 1 or 2 mishaps in the field, but what I can say for sure, they would have caught everything that has came to them in the air, and making sure that they don't put the catches to the mat. And so they are certainly after a good start here, pegging back the Beamerz, one of the finalists in last year's tournament. They have not started as well as they would have liked at 17 for 2, going into the 4th over and looking to consolidate. They will certainly need to do that with their captain at the crease now.
Indeed. So wickets falling at 9 and 17. Here is Michael Ferguson, runs away from us here to bowl to Lyndall Richardson. Richardson is coming forward and pushing on the onside. They can't score. The man from Milan tidies up. That's Jim Felix. And we see in the mid-off. Extra cover. Cover backward point. Third man, fine leg. Here is Ferguson to bowl to Lyndall. Gets a freebie! And no! Out of the hand of the way to the left of the man at mid-wicket and into the boundary for 4. It was in the air for a bit, and it kept Oliver interesting, but it was to his right. He ran and he flew, and it goes away for 4.
Well, in the air for a bit, and I'm so sure the fielder there thought that he was in business as well. They have caught very well here this afternoon, and that one probably just a little bit too far, and not being able to latch onto it, and it rolls into the boundary to see Lyndall getting off the mark with 4.
Here is Ferguson to bowl to Richardson, wide outside the off stump, and nothing shot there by Richardson. Fortunate for him that he didn't carry to the man at backward point. It was an absolute nothing shot from Lyndall Richardson. He'll have to really buckle down and look to take the Beamerz to a score of respectability. It is 21 for 2 in the course of over number 4. At the end of this over, the next voice you're going to hear in the hot seat is that the man of dark. Here is Ferguson to bowl to Richardson. Richardson's covering up. No run resulting. We have our babe in commentary. You're going to hear that voice in just a bit. Mid-on, mid-off, mid-wicket, square leg. Here is Ferguson to bowl to Richardson. Passes umpire, bowl to Richardson. Richardson is coming back, going back, and then pushing through on the onside. Can't score. Bowler field in his follow through. The umpires for today, Mr. Jack Webster, Mr. Peter Lake, who is presently standing at square leg. Here is Michael Ferguson as he rubs the ball on his chest. And he looks around and he looks up. Notice that Lindell is ready. Runs away to bowl to Lindell Richardson. Richardson is hitting this one. And it's gone! Lindell Richardson hitting it straight to the man. The safe hands of Felix at mid-on. And Lindell Richardson goes. And the Beamerz are in further trouble. They're 21 for 3.
21 for 3 at the end. Final ball in the over. That has seen the captain Lindell Richardson really playing a really bad shot. Probably could have gone for more power to get it over the top of the fielder there at mid-on, sorry, and just giving him just a gentle catch there, and he accepted it gleefully. They have caught well the foreign stars, and they have certainly looked a good unit in the field, that is. The pitch is a newly laid one and has been looking, the pitch has been playing good, so we want to say kudos to the ground staff here at the James Ronald Webster Park. Just some tight, gentle, medium pace bowling coming from both ends that have seen the batsmen can't seems to get hold of what's been placed in front of them out there. Doc, as I say, welcome to the microphones for the first time today.
Yes, I must say, I think the new pitch has been causing a bit of trouble to the batsmen, as the ball seems to be coming on a bit quicker than they expect. So their timing has been just a bit off to start with. It will be Ashley White to continue, as the new man is the man Giovanni Gums. It's Ashley White into ball to Saunders, and Saunders is trying to whip this one away. It gets past the wicket keeper down there. Third man has a chase, and Ferguson will keep this one in with his boot. It will be a wide and a couple runs as well.
Yes, a wide, and Ferguson really had to make up some ground from. Well, hearing the scores, it's signal 4, but he did stop it.
Well, the signal was 4 from the umpire, I believe, but it looked like Michael Ferguson stopped it from our point of view.
It, yes.
But it will be Ashley White once again, passing the umpire now into ball to Akeem Saunders. Flick down towards the square leg area. Throw comes in a bit high, but it will be picked up by the man behind the wicket keeper, and it will only be a single. 40, 26. 40. Is that 26?
Yeah.
Is that 26?
26, yeah.
All right. 26 the score, 27 for 3, with Giovanni Gums getting his first strike here of this APL season for 2022. It's a packed offside field. Men back on the leg side. It's Ashley White into ball to Gums, and Gums is pushing down towards extra cover. He will not get a run. Seems to be a deep fine leg, the lone soldier out at this present moment, as Ashley White turns quickly into ball to Gums once again, and Gums is driving up and over mid-off with sub style. It will race into the boundary. That will be 4 runs.
That's 4 good runs there to Gums, and certainly the shot that I thought Lindell should have been playing, they are just hitting it straight with some height and not executing well, but this time Gums doing what's needed to be done and picking up 4 good runs there to at least in this rebuilding mode that they really need to do here, the Beamerz, that they will have to consolidate these 2 batsmen here at the wickets, these 2 batters, and they certainly look to put on a good score and a challenging one for the foreign stars.
White again into ball to Giovanni Gums, and Gums is looking to turn this one into the leg side. Down towards mid-wicket, he will get a single, and as you did mention earlier, they would want to really consolidate the innings as they have the power of the likes of Shaka Hodge to come. We know that he can strike a ball a fair way, and they would hope that they can hold on to some wickets for the back end, so Shaka has some partners to bat with. White again. Passes the umpire into bowl to Akeem Saunders. Saunders flickers one straight down towards mid-on, but it drops just short, gets past him, and runs into the boundary for 4. Not good work there at mid-on, but 4 good runs for Akeem Saunders.
So 4 good runs there for Akeem Saunders. Fielder not doing justice as he's asked to do there, and certainly sure that White will be very not pleased with him here this afternoon, and the Beamerz, they are just about picking up. Yes, it's just picking up at 36 for 3. 36 for 3, yes.
36 for 3 the score, as it's White again into bowl to Saunders. Saunders pushes it back down to Ashley White for no run. So at the end of over number 5, it is 36 for the loss of 3 for the Beamerz.
So 36 for the loss of 3 over number 5. The foreign stars are acquitting themselves very well here in their first encounter in this year's Premier T20 tournament for 2022. They have certainly picked up some 3 wickets, 3 of the frontline batters for the Beamerz, and the Beamerz, they're looking to consolidate. The foreign stars, they themselves would certainly look to keep the pressure on, to limit the Beamerz to a score that's chaseable. We're yet to see them at bat, and so we are seeing them in the field. We've seen what they can do. The batting might pose something different that we are not aware of at the moment, but they'll certainly look to contain the Beamerz and limit them to a score that they feel that they will be comfortable to chase this afternoon.
Ferguson again into ball to Giovanni Gums. Gums is driving up and over extra cover with absolute elegance. It will race into the extra cover boundary for 4 runs.
And Gums looks as though he would have had a knock on this pitch. He has adjusted himself very well as opposed to the batters who would have gone so far. He has looked very good out there, very composed, and really striking the ball well.
It's a good shot there by Giovanni Gums, and I think that may prompt a change in the mind of the Foreign Stars captain Ashley White. He may want to look to put a man sweeping on the offside, but it's Ferguson again into ball to Gums. That's a much better line. Shot goes up for LBW, but impact looked like it was outside the line of the leg stump. It will remain at 40 for the loss of 3 wickets. Ferguson straightening his line just a bit. I think that will be the line he will look to achieve more regularly. Both these batsmen very accomplished on the offside. Ferguson again into ball to Gums, who drives this one down towards mid-off. Chance for a run out here. He does hit the stumps, but I think Gums had gotten into his ground on time. Yes. 41 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Certainly direct hit there from the fielder there, but Gums, even though he was running very slow, so to speak, did get into his crease there, and no damage there for a replay, third umpire, so to speak. But these Gums certainly look as if he want to be there for a considerable period throughout these remaining overs to make sure that his team put up a respectable score.
I think Ferguson's lack of pace is throwing out the timing of a couple of these batsmen as he turns now past the umpire into ball to Akeem Saunders. Saunders flicks this one away wonderfully over the wicket. That will be 4 more runs.
Yes, just gently medium pace tossed up there, and Saunders just flicking it over the infield, and 4 good runs there for the Beamerz team, looking to really build on They will look to take advantage as much as possible as this gentle medium pace there from Ferguson. They probably read the bounce of the pitch.
Ferguson again into both the Saunders. It's short and wide, but he can only push this one towards short extra cover. It will not be any runs. So again, I think the shout from the dugout is for Ferguson to get it a bit fuller, and he would be better served doing so to both of these batsmen. As is Ferguson again into ball to Akeem Saunders. Saunders pushes this one. It doesn't go very far. It goes very high. Both the mid-off and the middle are colliding with each other, and in the end it drops safely. They will pick up, I believe, a couple runs.
Well, it was a gallant attempt there from the fielder, just coming there from the mid-off, short mid-off there, and the other player running across. I think they probably would have got into each other's way, really, and in the end trying to effect the catch, not being able to hold on, probably in the back of his mind thinking that are we going to collide, and to the carpet it went, and the batsman lived to fight another day. That's the end of the over. The next voice you will hear in the comments position will be that of Mr. Renford Kelsey.
So I think it will be a change of bowling as well for the foreign stars, as we have a change in the comments position as well. Still waiting to see who the new bowler is. I think it may be the man Keyshawn Charles, who'll be coming in from the city end. Runs in now, bowling some right-arm medium pace over the wicket, and it's driven away by Giovanni Gums, but a good stop at extra cover means he will not get any runs. My first time seeing Keyshawn Charles, seems to bowl some right-arm medium pace. Has a very, not the most ordinary action, a bit slingy, but was able to pitch that one up very well on a good line as well. Charles once again turns into bowl to Giovanni Gums, and Gums is chipping this one high. It's just over the head of the short mid wicket, and they will be able to scamper through for a single. Again, I think they're not too convinced by the pace of the pitch. They don't seem to be able to get a proper read on it thus far. I think that's less to do with the service and more to do with their probably their lack of game time on the surface. Charles again. This time into bowl to Akeem Saunders. Saunders lets this one alone. It will be no run. I believe we are out of the power play, so they have a long off, a long on, and a deep third for now. The men back still maintain a slip as it's Charles again into bowl to Akeem Saunders. This one is short. Saunders looks to pull but can't get good contact on it. It just dribbles down towards the bowler. Charles once again for no run. Good over by Charles thus far. .48 for 3 the score I have as Charles, he's bowled a good over, turning now at the top of his mark. Passes the ball from hand to hand, now picks up in his right hand, passes the umpire into bowl to Saunders, who was trying to drive on the offside but got a bottom edge. It will trickle down towards a short square leg fielder, and they will only get a single. So Akeem Saunders, he's been batting well. Him and Giovanni Gums again looking to consolidate and build a partnership, as we saw a flurry of wickets fall at the start. As Saunders comes back over the wicket. passes the umpire into ball to Giovanni Gums, and Gums is heaving this one away, up and over the wicket, and will this one be? It will be the first 6 of this APL season for 2022, and it goes to Giovanni Gums.
A very good over there in the end, Doc, for the Beamerz. The Charles was bowling very well, and as you mentioned earlier, is that the batters out there, they haven't really had the feel of the pitch so far. It's a new strip that was laid down, and this being the first match on it. So let me say good afternoon to the listeners wherever you are. We're live from the Webster's Park here with APL 2. We started last year, now we are into APL 2 2022.
55 for 3, I believe. 55 for 3.
And so far, Doc, the foreign stars, they're doing very well. They stuck to the task, and we observe that the batters there, they just need to get the feel of the pitch, and as soon as they get the feel of the pitch, I think that the Beamerz will settle in and make some good runs here today.
Well, Michael will bowl out his final over. They're going to use Michael early as... Again, for some reason, they're not really looking to expand the field just yet. And eventually he sends a man back to the mid-wicket boundary. But both a mid-off and a mid-on in the circle. Only a third man and a deep mid-wicket back, as it seems like they have a point halfway. And finally now they send the long off into position down here just below us.
Yes, making the adjustment to the field, and the mid-on is 3/4 way to the boundary also.
Ferguson, the ball to Akeem Saunders, who pushes into the offside, trying to get a quick single. He will be able to do so. Score moves on to 56 for the loss of 3. Good partnership building between these two batsmen.
And you know what is good about this, Doc, is that they are pushing for the singles, and they are really getting fast. They're moving fast. Push the ball and they run.
I think the right-hand, left-hand combination is working well for them as well.
Very much so, very much so.
As it'll be Michael Ferguson. Just waiting on his fielders to get into position. They've now spread the field a bit further. Only 4 men in. Ferguson into ball to Gums. This one is wrapping him on the pads there, but again, it seems to be pitching down leg and continuing down leg as well.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that one definitely was pitched outside the leg stump. It wasn't a convincing shot there from the bowlers, but that definitely, from our viewpoint here, was pitched outside the leg stump and coming back. And umpire Keithley Lake was not impressed.
Partnership of 35 thus far. Ferguson into ball to Giovanni Gums, and Gums is pushing down towards the long off area. He will get a single, looking for 2. He turns quickly and is able to get 2. That's good running.
Very good indeed. Very, very good running indeed. And this is one of the things about cricket, Doc, is that they ran the first one quickly, and the opportunity was there for the second, and that's it. It's 2020 cricket, right here at the Webster's Park.
I think that's why the Captain Williams would have wanted his mid-on halfway back rather than all the way back. Ferguson again into ball to Giovanni Gums, and Gums is pushing this one into the offside, down towards the extra cover boundary. He will get a single. Score moves on by 1 to 59 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Very steady batting here by these 2 youngsters, Doc. Very, very good steady batting.
So Akeem Saunders and Giovanni Gums building a good partnership, as the foreign stars, I don't know who they will look to really break it. I don't know what they again. Into ball to Akeem Saunders. It's a full toss, and Saunders just hooks it into the vacant fine leg area. He will get 4 runs. And I think the call's a no ball as well.
Yes, that one was above the waist. Yes, that one was above the waist. Poti, you signaling back? Poti signaling. low ball. Yeah.
It will be a free hit.
So it's a free hit.
To Akeem Saunders, who is a man who seems to be in good touch thus far.
Yes, he is, because he picked up that one very quick indeed and just helped it along the way.
And I have to question the field placement because a pace bowler should never not have a fine leg in place.
Yeah, because the field placing, if you notice, for the pace bowler, it's not a spin bowler. The guy is out here, they have long off. And long on with 3/4 way to the boundary.
Therefore,
Mid-wicket right on the boundary.
I have to question the point of having the point, cover point, and the short extra cover all pretty much feeling the same ball. It will be a free hit, Michael Ferguson. As the umpire says, the mid-on was not there.
That's right.
He wants him in the circle.
Right. No. That's all you got to do.
It will be Ferguson into ball to Akeem Saunders. And Saunders is chipping this one. Doesn't get very much on it. It falls just behind the short extra cover. They're going back for 2.
That's what we call good running.
That's very good running by these 2 batsmen. Both Giovanni Gums and Akeem Saunders committed early and picked up the 2 runs.
Yeah, these the 2 batsmen, the 2 batters out there, going gently along. And as we saw there, not Giovanni, but Akeem Saunders getting a full toss down the leg side. He just played it into the onside and getting the free hit. Could only manage to get 2 runs from it.
So we'll be having a de facto water break right now, as the batsmen getting some instructions from the dugout. A good consolidation effort thus far by Giovanni Gums and Akeem Saunders, and that will be crucial as their top order fell early, with the first 3 wickets falling to just 21 runs. But they've done well thus far, and it's 66 for 2 at the end of 8. For 3, sorry, at the end of 8.
And what is happening here, Doc, I see, it's going to be, I think it's a bowling, oh no, it's Charles, he's going to continue the bowling.
Kishan Charles.
Yes, but the field placing to me is for the paceman, because you have a man down there at backward square. No, yeah, backward square, yes. No, not back, mid-wicket. Then there's the man down on the sweeper, down on the boundary, and you have long off and long on for the medium pacer.
You would think you would want maybe 3rd man or fine leg back. As here comes Kishan Charles, and it's pushed straight towards short extra. It will be no run. Giovanni Gums, the man on strike. It was a good full ball here by Kishan Charles. Didn't allow for Giovanni Gums to get under it as he would have liked to. So it's a long off, a long on, a sweeper on the offside, and a sweeper on the leg side for Kishan Charles, as he turns at the top of his mark into bowl to Giovanni Gums, and Giovanni Gums is whipping this one down towards the leg side sweeper. He will get 1, looking for the 2nd. He does come back for the 2nd, and again with the long boundary zone there, that's good running.
Very good running indeed. Very, very good running indeed. And Doc, if you notice the field placing, it's a 5-4 field. They're using a 5-4 field. So the guys, the batters, they are looking at the fieldsmen and they're taking the chances and get their 2 runs.
So they are using the gaps in the field well, these 2 batsmen. Just turning over strike as Charles comes in again into Giovanni Gums, who's down the track and he's completely deceived, but it's a no ball. A brilliant delivery by Kishan Charles, and is nullified by his inability to keep his front foot behind the line. He was bowled down. The off stump was rocked back, but Kishan Charles overstepped, and it will be a free hit, a gift to the Beamerz.
Yes, they're very good Yorker indeed, because it played all over it, and the stump was broken, but the umpire called it early. No ball was called early. So another free hit here for the Beamerz.
It wasn't just a good Yorker, it was a Yorker slow ball. It completely fooled Giovanni Gums, but it will be a free hit to Akeem Saunders, his 2nd free hit. Will he be able to take advantage of this one? Charles is stopped by the umpire. Just making one further change. The 3rd man has gone back now. The third man is 3/4 of the way back. Short extra in place as well. Charles into ball to Akeem Saunders. It's short, and again Saunders can't make full use of it. Just pushes it into the offside. He will get a single.
And that ball was short and outside the awesome. He could have allowed that ball to go through and get a wide, because it was way out of his reach. So he just managed to get the single, as we would see. But the crowd slowly building up here. It's a beautiful afternoon, and according to the weather report, we're going to have some good weather over the next few days.
We would hope that
slight chance of 20% chance of showers according to the weathermen, so we'll see what happens.
Charles into ball to Giovanni Gums, and he's hooking this one up and over the short mid wicket, but deep mid wicket picks it up. They will only get a single.
Giovanni is playing his shots here, Doc. And this is what you have to do. When the opportunity arises, the batters out there have to take their chances. That one, he didn't get hold of it the way he wanted to, because had he done that, that ball would have been way over the boundary.
I think pace of the ball will be the key in this one. Kishon Charles past the umpire into ball to Akeem Saunders. Saunders chipping this one up and over short extra. Down to the gap, they will get 2 runs very easily. Yeah. It was well placed by Akeem Saunders. On to 73 now. They are motoring along very well.
Some sensible batting here from these two.
I believe the 50 partnership is up as well. 74, sorry, the score. 74. And I believe they have the 50 partnerships, so a good batting effort between these two. Charles again into Akeem Saunders. He punches this one to short extra. Will not get any runs.
Another good over there for the Beamerz, getting a few runs from that over. And Charles is bowling on a good line there, good line and length. And Giovanni getting that very slow Yorker that deceived him all the way. And umpire Jack Webster called it very early a no ball because his off stump was uprooted but had to remain there. But all in all, the Beamerz, a wonderful comeback by these two youngsters. They have done very well indeed.
We'll have a bowling change now from this commentary box end. New bowlers. New bowlers.
Millet. Singh.
It will be Singh, the new bowler for the foreign stars. We will be seeing spin for the first time in this APL tournament. So it will be Singh from the commentary box end. Looks like he'll be bowling some leg breaks over the wicket.
And the batter would be Giovanni, I think.
This is going to be Giovanni Gums facing spin for the first time. Singh, a right arm over the wicket. And I think it will be a dead ball. He'll look to re-bowl this one. Singh past the umpire into ball to Giovanni Gums. It's chipped straight up into the air and falls mercifully into the gap between short extra and the cover point fielder. Pace of the ball will be key in this encounter.
That's right. That is so true. Just coming and chipping it. And the ball, I think the wind through as with the spinner.
Singh again. Drag this one down short and it's hooked down towards deep fine leg. And the race will be won by the fielder. That's good job with his boot. And he will keep it to just 2 runs.
Yes, that one down the leg side, and I think is Akeem Saunders just getting it to the right of the man there and chasing it to the boundary and limiting them to 2 runs. Good going here by the Beamerz. These two batters really, really doing well for the Beamerz.
Singh in the ball to Akeem Saunders again down the leg side, and this one will be called and signaled a wide. He'll have to refire that one. 78 the score for the loss of 3 wickets into over number 10 as Singh turns now into ball to Saunders, and Saunders is pushing this one straight towards short edge, misfields, and they will get one. Looking for the second, they'll get 2 rather easy runs.
Yes, a little bit sloppy there of the fielder. The ball went right through him. Should have been no runs, and the batters ended up getting 2 runs. Really, really good going by Giovanni and Akeem.
Singh once again into ball to Akeem Saunders. Fights it up, and Saunders chips this one down towards backward point. Will not get a run. That was a direct hit, but Saunders was well back into his ground.
Yeah, foreign stars for the first time here in the Anguilla Premier League. Most of the players joined, they were on another team last season.
Singh again into Saunders, it's short and wide and pushed down to a short extra for no run.
One thing about it, Doc, I observe is that the batters, very good understanding, they're shouting from early.
As we've not seen any miscommunications thus far in this innings. Singh once again into ball to Akeem Saunders. This one is short. Saunders rocks back and pulls it down towards deep mid wicket. He will get a single.
Another good over there for the Beamerz. These 2 youngsters, they're doing very, very well. The score is now on to 81. And they take, I think the last score, the last wicket fell when I think the score
was 21.
21.
60
run partnership. Very, very good going here. And still, as you mentioned earlier, the batters, we have Shaka Hodge to come, Joseph Gums to come as well. I think Joseph Gums, I saw his name there on the...
Not playing today.
Oh, Joseph Gums is not playing today. Oh, okay. So, Akeem and these youngsters here today will be doing great guns for the Beamerz.
Yes.
We also like to say thanks to our sponsors. We haven't had the list. We have our platinum sponsors and all the other sponsors. Thanks also to the radio stations, Radio Anguilla and one that's 92.7, along with in Anguilla, not in Anguilla, but Lloyd's Live, not in Anguilla, and we have Mega Charles 54. Lloyd's Live and Mega Charles. So we like to thank our communication people here, and we hope that you folks out there, that you're enjoying the cricket. Of course, it is live stream, plus it's on radio. I'd like to say thank you to the management of 92.9, also the management of Radio Anguilla. Of course, you have to drive us, you have to join us as we bring you live from Webster's Park, Premier League cricket, Anguilla Premier League in its 2nd year, the first match of this season. Beamerz versus Foreign Stars. Beamerz found themselves in trouble earlier on, having a total of 17 runs on the board with 3 wickets. But these 2 youngsters, they have taken the score from 17 right up until 81. 81 for the same 3 wickets. And we're halfway through. So we can look to some fireworks from the next 10 overs. Yes. And we can see that Mr. Ray, I think Mr. Ray is the manager of the Beamerz.
The man Rodney Ray, he's been the manager of the Beamerz over these 2 APL seasons. He's going on to have a conversation with his 2 young batsmen. He'll be looking to pass on some further instructions as he will try to consolidate and maintain the partnership to maybe the 14th or 15th over when they can release the power hitters that they have in store. Of course, the aforementioned Shaka Hodge. They also have Jonathan Tyson, who can strike a ball a fair bit.
Okay. Yes.
And even Kerry Gokaran, he is able to strike the ball a fair distance.
Also, folks, let me remind you can join Mega Charles 54 on YouTube. Okay, Mega Charles 54 on YouTube, and because they're being live streamed, Mega Charles 54 on YouTube and Lloyd Live. So check them out, or you can listen to Radio Anguilla 95.5 FM or 92.9 Class FM. We are all here at Webster's Park, bringing you commentaries and live streaming of the Anguilla Premier League matches 2022. Small crowd here at the moment, but building up, and I know all the excitement that we'll have, all being well, will be tomorrow when, of course, after church, most of the folks will come out and support whichever team they want to support.
We have a big game coming up tomorrow. It's the Ellen Harbour Razor Massives coming up against the Pointers. They seem to develop a bit of a rivalry, these two sides. The Razor Massives and the Pointers, and in the last game they played, I believe the Razor Massives, they were able to pull off a victory at the very end, an exciting game.
Yes, it was, and we're looking forward again to see the big man himself, Lanville Harrigan. And he says he's hoping for bigger things than he did last year. So we're just hoping that all will go well. According to the weather will be fine for the weekend, but you never know. You never know, 20% chance of some showers, and sometimes, you know, when we have 20% chance of showers, that we are able to get some. But this morning we had a slight shower. We have a strong breeze here coming across the Webster's Park. We can see the distance, NBA flags all around the ground, and there's a Digicel banner, and also around the park is the Digicel boundary marks. So, and Digicel, they're featuring some of the channels that they offer, Sports Max and so forth. So on and on, folks. Come on up to Webster's Park for this first encounter for 2022, the Beamerz versus Foreign Stars.
Well, the umpires are back out in the middle, and the next voice you will hear in the hot seat is that of the man Millington.
So the umpires are back, and after that water break, and in the seat they're doing the commentary will be Millet. Good afternoon one more time, Mr. Millet.
Good afternoon to you, Kelsey, and to those persons who are just joining us. We welcome you on board. It is always a pleasure to serve you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to APL 2022 as Chevron moves away. Over number 11. He's caught! Is he caught? Is that out? He's gone! Oh, as simple as that. You can believe the water break again doing the trick. And Sanders goes. Caught at a shot mid-on of the bowling of Chevron. And the Beamerz losing their fourth wicket.
Yes. That was a gentle push there, Millet. And the guy took a very good catch. I think he came forward and he took a very, very good catch indeed. First, I believe what happened with Saunders there is that he misread the line of the ball because it's the left arm over the wicket. So just pushing gently instead of going through with his shot, and the guy took a very, very good catch indeed.
Yes, so Beamerz will have to bowl after the water break. You know, they've become so accustomed to seeing a break being a distraction, and Beamerz on this occasion suffering from that water break. Sanders and Guns did tremendous job of rebuilding the innings after losing 3 wickets, and we wait for more score to hear how many they would have put on in that partnership.
What was the partnership here?
Shaka Hodge, the new batsman.
Yes, an old stalwart there, Millet. And you know, as we know, Shaka can... 61.
So the partnership of 61, and tremendous job done there by Gums and Sanders. Here is the left arm Benjamin to boot to Shaka Hodge. Shaka Hodge is hitting this one to backward point. to the right of point. Man moves around smartly in field. Score remains on, moves on by 1 to 82. Shaka Hodge is off the mark. He is on 1. It's 82 for 4 over number 11. Yeah. In the course of over number 11, being bowled from the far end, the Central Polyclinic end, newly built Polyclinic Kelsic.
Yes.
Beautiful sight right in front of us. It's Benjamin who moves away, left arm over the wicket to bowl to Giovanni Gums. Gums waits and gets a wide. This is running close to the fence. They have gone for 1. They are coming back for a second. They can get a 3rd. Shaka Hodge is going to come through. They're going to get it, and that's 4 more runs added to the total. All extras, 4 runs. So wide. Total moves on by 4 to 86. 86 for 4. Beamerz winning the toss, choosing to bat in this the first encounter, and Beamerz doing well so far.
Very well indeed, because what has happened here, they really, the foreign stars had them in trouble earlier on, and then Giovanni and Saunders taking the score up to 81 before, just after the break, when unfortunately lack of concentration there, I would say, because most batters after the break, they have to try to regain their confidence, and the very first ball after the water break saw Saunders going.
Yes, it's going to be Shaka Hodge who taps away, wait for Benjamin. Benjamin bowls to Shaka Hodge. Shaka Hodge is covered up and looking for a single, but Singh is fast off his mark. And
with Shaka, you got to be very careful, because Shaka is always on the move, yes, and ready to run.
Indeed. Yes. Here is Benjamin to bowl to Shaka Hodge. Bowl to Shaka Hodge. Shaka Hodge is getting 1. That is looking to dab down with the true short 3rd, and it doesn't make contact.
Yes, that is one of Shaka's favorite shots, and he has to be very careful with that shot. As Benjamin now, and he comes out to bowl to Shaka Hodge. Shaka Hodge is getting on the back foot and stroking it down to the man at extra cover. He moves to his right, and the batsman gets a single. So the score moves on by 1 to 86 for 4 the Beamerz, and we're into over number 11.
Right, that's total moves on to 87.
Okay.
87, and it is Benjamin again to bowl to Giovanni Gums. Bowl to Gums. Gums to this delivery is coming forward and getting one that is jumping. The man there at the short mid wicket couldn't stop the ball and couldn't stop the single, and the total moves on by 1 to 88. 88 at the end of over number 11. It's 88 for 4, and the Beamerz will really have to rebel a bit here. It's
very interesting field placing here, Millet. We have a 5-4 field all along, 5-4, and I guess what the captain is doing is accommodating both left and right, because you have a left-hander and a right-hander down there, so he's accommodating, making sure that the fieldsmen are accommodating. So it will be the spinner who will be continuing, and he'll be bowling to Giovanni. Giovanni there, batting very well indeed. It's a slip, short extra cover, a man on the sweeper boundary, long off, long on, short mid wicket.
Here is Singh to bowl to Gums, getting a long hop, not putting that one away. Gums just getting a single. He was looking for power rather than placement. In the end, he gets 1. The total moves on to 89. 89 for 4. Over number 12 being bowled. Gums is on to 25. 25. Singh. a diminutive figure. Shaka Hodge, servant of Anguilla cricket over the years. Here is Singh, right arm over the wicket, ball to Hodge. Hodge is coming forward, and when he gets there, he finds that one is coming off the inside edge. No man in shot. It's 89 it is for 89 for 4. 89 for 4. Shaka Hodge driving. It's pushing it up in the offside. Can't score. Straight to the batsman. Remain on 2. Here is Hodge again. This one he's pushing down the track. Singh moves smartly to his left and field. No run resulting. Score remains 189. 89 it is for 4. Yes. Here is Singh. Yeah.
There's going to be Singh again into both the Shaka Hodge as Millet had to step away for just a bit. And it's going to be no one a good over by Singh. And at the end of the over, the score is, 89 for the loss of 4 wickets, I believe.
Yes, that is exactly the score. Just to remind your sponsors, Dr. Meha J. Suda, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, Najiko Insurance, Carita Wilgren, Lindholm, Walgren, Zemi Beach Hotel, Digicel, Republic Bank of Anguilla, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Radio Anguilla, Best Buy Supermarket, and Class FM 92.9. Also, we have Lloyd's here, and also we have Mega Charles 54. So all these are our sponsors here today, and we'd like to thank our sponsors.
Here is Giovanni driving back up the track. Can't score.
Benjamin, I think is the ball. Oh yeah, but there didn't see it.
Benjamin.
I know Queens, you can come tomorrow.
Here is Benjamin to bowl to Gums. Gums is getting one on the paddle right on the leg side. And Williams was a touch slow there. The ball was slower than he wanted it to be.
It's a wide. The umpire signal wide, so.
Down the leg side.
Yeah.
90 the total moves on a wide call and signal by the umpire. Here is Benjamin to Giovanni. Playing it. Should square. They've got around. Let's come back for a second. And feel like we're very slow coming off the bango. Oliver.
Guilty of moving very, very slow indeed. That should have been a run-out Millet.
And he took up residency on the square like Bangry. Here is 1 shot. The umpire is signaling 1 shot. So the total is 91. And 91. Joe Gums, that's Giovanni Gums, robbing himself of that single. Here is Gums to bowl to face. Benjamin is hitting this one. It's in the air, not time. They've gone for 1. That's all they're going to get. And at mid-wicket comes in field. Gums moves on to 27. 27 and the total moves on to 92. 92 in the course of over number 12.
And the batter there is asking to replace his bat-day Millet. Giovanni.
Because it really sounded like a piece of breadfruit wood, not cricket bat. It really sucked the ball. Yeah. You know, when you're playing backyard cricket?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it sounded there.
And the pan hitting it.
Yes. Here is Benjamin to bowl to Shaka Hodge. Bowl to Hodge. Hodge is driving nicely down to long off. They've gone for 1. Fumble there, but not going to concede any further. Total moves on by 1 to 93. Shaka Hodge is on to 3. Shaka Hodge is saying to Javan, don't look to overhit it. Just stroke it nicely. Time it well. Here is Benjamin. Over number 13. It's a bowl to Gums. Gums is driving nicely. And is he out? He's gone. He's gone. That happened in slow motion.
Yeah.
Giovanni came forward and pushed it down the track. And for a moment I thought it was on the ground.
I thought
it was traveling on the ground, but it went straight back into the hands of the bowler who took it and he said nicely, I would accept it. He goes, Giovanni, for 27, cotton bowler Benjamin, and it's 93 for 5.
Yes, a very good catch indeed. And I could tell you, Millet, he just asked for a change of bat and he didn't receive the bat. So no doubt there was a problem with his bat.
Which one you want? So?
Yes, so there again, more trouble here for the Beamerz.
Yes, the new batsman is going to be Rakesh Bukaran. I've not seen him in a while. He could strike the ball. He can really strike the ball. Rakesh Bukaran, he's a seamer. He's a nice all-rounder.
Very good all-rounder.
He's a nice all-rounder.
Yes.
He can seam the ball well, but he can strike it. Oh, he can.
Yeah. I remember last season, he batted very, very well indeed.
He's not the biggest of men, but I tell you what, he can punch. He can really line up the punch.
That's
yes.
Right. Yes. And he and Pals.
Yeah.
So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to Mega Charles 54 on YouTube and you can
here is Benjamin to bowl to new batsman Rakesh Bukaran, who's getting this one in the air. He's playing it down to the bungle for 4. You can give it up now because Rakesh accepted a gift. He said tomorrow is Mother's Day, but I'm going to turn it to Father's Day and accept a beautiful, a nice gift, a gentle full toss on the legs, and he placed it through backward square for 4.
Very good shot indeed, and that's a very good way to get off the mark. The batter saw that one down the leg side and gave it the full treatment. As the man from backward square, he was chasing it all the way, but to no avail. But good going here so far by the foreign stars. They have held the Beamerz back, and then that good partnership between Giovanni and Akeem, adding some 61 runs, and then losing 2 quick wickets.
Yes, so it's 97 for 5. 97 for 5 at the end of 13. The end of 13, 97 for 5. It's 7 overs. Anything is possible.
We'll have to see what approach Shaka is going to take now with the last 7 overs.
Well, Shaka Hodge will have to stay and bat to the end. Here is Singh to bowl to Hodge. Bowl to Hodge. Hodge is hitting this one. It's in the air. No man is going to get there. They've gone for 1. We'll come up for a second. The man of the Lawaf Bungry was just ambling in because he knew that he couldn't get there. It went really high, but it didn't have the distance.
Not at all. And one thing to Millet, the wind is very strong, so the wind is holding back the ball.
Yes. Here is Singh to bowl to Shaka Hodge, bowl to Hodge. Hodge is in this one, in the air again. He can be called now. Is he going to be no? The player decides further, so I'm not going to go. I'm not going to commit myself for that one either. And that one was much closer to him, and there is going to be a field change because that one definitely should have been taken.
Should have been taken. But another thing to Millet, what I observed too, Shaka is getting under the ball. He's getting under, so the ball is going to go high in the air.
It is what Shaka has been doing over the years. He's looking to, he hits the ball very, very high. It doesn't have the distance. They're nice. Those 2 shots were wonderful 30-yard 6s.
Yes.
Here is Singh again to Shaka Hodge. Oh, coming forward stylishly. To the offside, he can score. Score is 99 for 5.
100.
And so that's 101, sorry, 101. The 100 has been raised. We give you the stats on that. This one is hit down to the right of the long arm. They've gone for one. That's what they're going to be. That one was hit powerfully. 2 bounces. And man moving around there nicely was score moves on to 102. 102. Here is Singh again to ball to Rakesh. Gukaran is beaten outside the line of the off stump.
He's going for that powerful off drive. Missed completely.
Here is Singh again. Tosses the ball from hand to hand. Moves away to bowl to Gukaran. Gukaran is hitting this one. It's in the air. The ball is following Ferguson. The ball is following Ferguson. You know when you're having a bad day, it's what happens. The ball knows just where you go. It doesn't have anywhere in the field that you can hide. And they tried to hide him from along on, and it's still found him at extra cover.
That's extra cover. That's always the case. Ball say, come, wherever you go, I'm going to follow you.
So Gukaran is on to 6. Shaka Hodge is on 7. It is 103. 103. 103 for 5 at the end of over number 14.
Yes, as I mentioned there earlier, John, is that we have to see the approach that Shaka is taking. And you have, what, 6 overs left and another 30-40 runs. It'd be a good score.
Here is Benjamin to Rakesh. Rakesh is getting this one on the offside. Monix fields. Can't stop the single. There shouldn't have been any run there at all. Definitely should not have been any run there. It's Benjamin to bowl to Hodge, bowls to Hodge. Hodge is hitting this one in the air, and that has gone 1 bounce into the extra boundary for 4. Well, wide of the man at long off. He just had to watch it. He went to his left, and the man at extra cover just looked at it and said, you will have to go and fetch that one. That's 4 runs. As we say, as we welcome back Tony, look coming straight, 108. 108 for 5. Hodge is on 11. Hodge taps away. Waits for Benjamin. He's bowling left arm over the wicket from the valley end. Moves away. Bowl to Hodge. To this delivery. Hodge is covering up stylishly. No run resulting. Benjamin moves to his 11th field. Can't. He will have to look to get rid of Shaka Hodge, because Shaka Hodge, when he's going, he's really hard to stop. Here is Benjamin to bowl to Hodge. Bowls to Hodge. Hodge is hitting this one. Hard. Ashley comes around, takes the catch. What a good catch. And Shaka Hodge cannot believe it. He cannot believe he hit the ball as straight as he could. And Ashley White came along, moved around smartly to his left, and he took a brilliant catch to dismiss Shaka Hodge. Hodge goes for 11, and Beamerz slips in for the trouble.
Well, yes, and what I can say is that the apart from some mishaps that won't being capitalized on, especially from the foreign stars, it is safe to say that they would have caught well enough being as a new outfit for them in this year's tournament. They have held on to most of the catches that has gotten close to them, and they have really put themselves on a good footing here to really compete against the Beamerz. Like I said, one of the finalists in last year's inaugural tournament. The Beamerz, they are 108 for 6, just maybe going at a tick of just a little more than 7 runs and over. I'm certainly sure they would have thought that they could have been in a much better place, but as they try to consolidate, we find out and we see that they are losing wickets at regular intervals and not giving them the impetus that they would like to have going into these back end of the overs at Millington. Indeed. Well, Kerry joining Rakesh, the brothers. Here is Benjamin to bowl to Kerry Gukaran. Gukaran is in this one! Ashley will not get to that one. It was just a chip. And Ashley, realizing that that one isn't going to reach me at all. Total moves on by 1 to 109. Kerry Gukaran is off the mark. Kerry is on 1. Here is Benjamin to bowl to Rakesh. Rakesh is looking for a big hee-haw. Doesn't time in ball coming off the toe of the bat. And there's bubbles for the keeper to take it up. The end of over number 15. And at the end of the over, it's 109. 109 for 6. With some 5 overs remaining. In the next man in the hot seat is going to be back to take us out to the end of the first innings. So maintaining the steady pressure that they have been able to put on the Beamerz, not being the fluid self, if we can say that here this afternoon. We've seen where they have scored very at a high rate with the likes of Dylan Skellicky and the likes. He's missing today, which will certainly be, somewhat of a disadvantage to their squad. But we've seen where they would have had a good little partnership of 62 runs. Both of those batters in Saunders and Gums were scoring at reasonable rate, but not able to maintain the consistency. Singh, as Gukaran will push this one down back to the bowler for a no run. So they have both Gukaran brothers, both Rakesh and Kerry out there, as it's going to be Singh back into bowl to Gukaran, slap through the extra cover area, but he will only get 1. As I will say good afternoon to the man Jacob Pearls. I know you're listening out there. Special good afternoon to you. Score moves on by 1 to 110. 110 for the loss of 5 wickets. Singh into bowl to Gukaran now. This one's fighting up. Gukaran comes on the track. He misses it and he'll be stopped. Brilliant work by the man Singh, because he saw Gukaran coming. He pulled back his length, and Dion Williams had to just take off the bails, and he did so relatively easily. So Gukaran goes. Yes, again, as we have said throughout the entire broadcast so far, it's pretty much of a stop-start for the Beamerz as they look to consolidate shortly after they keep on losing wickets, and they're really hindering the progress odds to the score that they can really put on the table here, this on the score sheet here this afternoon. Somewhat less careless there by Gukaran, and Dion Williams, one of the season's pros here in the cricketing field here in Anguilla, being wicketkeeper behind the stump. I think he would have played for the Razor Massive in last year's tournament. Dion? He played for the Beamerz. Oh, the Beamerz, yeah. He played for the Beamerz, and playing for the Foreign Stars, and they're really making sure that he does the business behind the wicket. So again, we see the 7th wicket going down for the Beamerz, and not being able to sustain, not being able to use these back end of the overs, which are really the power overs in T20. I think they might have a bit of a spot of bother when it comes to their defense of such a total. But runs on the board are runs on the board. It's Singh again. We know that the man, Dion Williams, he took 2 stumpings last year to go along with his 5 catches. He now has 1 stumping this year. It will be Singh into bowl to the new batsman.
Still not exactly sure who the new batsman is, as this one goes down to the leg side. I think Kerry just gets over. Walk around, just get over. Sing balls again. This one is pushing to the offside now again for no run. Just going down through the Beamerz list as to who this new batsman might be. Sing again. Drives this one down short, but no real intent to score runs right now. At the end of the over, Sing with a fruitful over, picking up a wicket. It is, what, 110 for the loss of 6?
111 for the loss of 7, actually. And I must say, Doc, that I'm very much impressed with Singh. He has really flighted the ball well, giving it nice air, teasing the batters, and picking up a number of wickets as well. And it will be interesting to see what his bowling figures are like after he would have put in his quota of 4 overs here for the foreign stars as well. So a good showing there for the young man in Singh.
I think the new batsman may be the man Rudesh Ramraj, but I'm not exactly certain. It may be Ramraj, as we know that they just have Jonathan Tyson and young Jad Hunt left in the pavilion. It will be the man Shift to continue. As Cooker does he edge this one? He does edge this one. Dion Williams with a brilliant work behind the stumps, because he was right up to the stumps for the pace bowler. He held on well, and both Cooker lines are dismissed.
They're slipping here in the latter stages of their final overs, not being able to capitalize, as the foreign stars, they're really doing the business here on the Beamerz, and they're picking up wickets at quick intervals here, and stemming the tide, stemming the flow of the run scoring. And as we can see, most of the batters for the Beamerz have been sent back to the pavilion, and I'm certainly sure they'll be hard pressed to put a score of 130 on the board here, as the wickets are tumbling, but overs are running out as well.
Well, it looks like young Jad Hunt will be making his way into the middle now. Young left-handed batsman. I don't think he's any older than 14 years old.
Well, I can tell you, he loves cricket. He loves cricket. He loves the bat, and he might be batting way down the order, but I'm certainly sure that he will show us a bit of some of the skills that he's been honing so far in his youthful age.
It will be Shiv, as the field has pretty much come in now. Seems to be a mid-off, a mid-on, short extra cover, a point, and a short third man, short fine leg, a deep square leg, short mid-wicket, as Shiv comes in now into bowl to Jad Hunt, and Hunt is wrapped on the pads there, but possibly a bit high. It will be not out the signal by the umpire. So still 111 for the loss of, is it 8 wickets now? 111 for 8. Shiv has been bowling well. He's really honed his bowling skills as the man Shiv Narayan Benjamin. Shiv once again into bowl to Hunt, and Jad Hunt is wrapped on the pads again, but this time down the leg side. Again, it will be no run.
Well, I'm certainly sure Hunt is saying, well, this is what it's all about in the big leagues.
It's Shiv again into bowl to Hunt. It's a slow ball, and this time Hunt gets it off the pads, but off the square, but will not get any run. The bowling has really tightened the screws on this Beamerz batting lineup, but certainly a much shallower batting lineup without Yannick Leonard and Dylan Skellicki. Shiv again, slow ball, and he's knocked over the stumps of Jad Hunt. A very short stay, but not a good stay for Jad Hunt. His legs have been bowled, and they're down to 9 wickets.
Well, and certainly Hunt, the young Hunt, saying a little bit more challenging as opposed to the wind ball side of things, the wind ball cricket of things, being thrown in at the deep end here and not being able to cope with the pressure and the squeeze that the Foreign Stars are putting on the Beamerz, and it's certainly down to what it seems to be the last batter here, and it'll be hard pressed to really get a score of 120 to make it look more respectable. We're yet to see the Foreign Stars bat. Runs on the board are runs on the board, and they will certainly need to get them, but I'm certainly sure that the Beamerz will be very, very disappointed with their showing here, apart from the 60-run partnership that was posted between Gums and Saunders. I'm certainly sure that they'll be very disappointed of their showing at the start of this tournament.
Well, the final batsman will be Jonathan Tyson. He would hope that he could stick around and bat out the overs at the very least, him and Ramraj. So it's Rudish Ramraj and Jonathan Tyson, the two batsmen, as Shiv looks to continue. Seems like Tyson can strike the ball a fair distance as they've spread the field on the leg side. He does seem to be a guy that can hike it very deep into the leg side. He will be hitting with the wind as well. Benjamin to Tyson, who hikes it, but he misses, and that will be the end of the innings. Tyson last one ball. Shiv Narayan Benjamin with a brilliant bowling performance, and the Beamerz will certainly be disappointed in their batting performance. Shiv Narayan Benjamin and the rest of this Foreign Stars bowling attack has run through this Beamerz batting lineup. 111 all out. What a brilliant performance from this Foreign Stars bowling attack.
Yes, and 111 all out, unofficial score. I'm certainly sure not that what they would have liked. And the brilliant bowling there, it was actually the final ball of the over as well, and it appears as though that was a maiden wicket over, picking up some 3 wickets in 3 wickets in that over, and certainly maintaining the intensity, maintaining the display that they would have started off with from ball 1. Really putting on a good display here of bowling, and you could say, well, the Beamerz themselves would only have themselves to blame. Certainly sure did not acquitted themselves well at their turn at bat, but like I said, runs on the board are runs on the board, and the Foreign Stars will certainly need to get those runs that's been posted by the Beamerz.
Well, if you look into where you would think the collapse would have happened, you have to look back to the water break when Akeem Saunders came back out. Now the first ball just chipped one straight to short mid wicket. I've just been informed that Shiv Narayan Benjamin has picked up 7 wickets in this encounter. By far the best bowling performance in the APL for these 2 seasons that it's been happening. What a performance from Shiv Narayan Benjamin, picking up 7 wickets. And again, as I was mentioning, you have to look back to that water break to where the tide completely turned for the Beamerz. They were coasting along at 81 for the loss of 3 wickets at the 10-over period. Then when Akeem Saunders fell, it was just a parade of guys walking in and walking back out. Shaka Hodge couldn't stay very long. Both Bookerans were out relatively quickly, and after that there wasn't much batting left.
Yes, certainly, and as we have seen over a number of occasions where the breaks in these encounters have really break the concentration of the batters at the crease at a particular point in time, and as soon as we saw here, as soon as the water break was over, Saunders giving his wicket away, and who was really batting well with the batter there in Gums, putting on a good partnership, consolidating and building for a relatively good score for his team. They have only managed to muster 111 for the last of the entire 10 wickets, and so they will have their work cut out for them with the bowling to maintain and to make sure that they would contain the Foreign Stars. But I'm certainly sure that the Foreign Stars for the first time will feel comfortable that they would have kept one of the finalists for last year's tournament at this particular total of 111.
Yes, and you have to look at beyond Siobhan Benjamin's wickets. Michael Ferguson at the top of the innings, picking up 2 wickets. That was very crucial as well, as I believe he got rid of the new man there in Tianik. He was looking good to start off with, but Tianik was dismissed, and Michael, he wasn't moving at his full pace. You know, Michael can be very fast. When he bowls fast, he loses his control. He opted to bowl a lot slower today. He was more controlled, was able to control his length a bit better, and him picking up those 2 wickets at the top proved a bit crucial to this Foreign Stars bowling attack.
Yes, and as you said, the Foreign Stars, they would have started off with basically gentle medium pace, maybe more than 5 or 8 yards run up. They kept their line and their length as consistent as possible, with 1 or 2 loose deliveries, but there were not many loose deliveries. And in between the tightness of the bowling, they were able to pick up quite a number of wickets, and really making sure that the Beamerz didn't get the impetus and the fire start that they would have really wanted to really put up a good score. We saw where the Beamerz, the batters in Gums and the Saunders really consolidated for the middle period. Well, not the middle period, but heading into the middle overs. And after the water break, we saw where Saunders came back, maybe just a lapse in concentration, losing the focus, and giving away his wicket cheaply as well. We saw Gums doing the same as well. Saunders, he would have scored some 29 runs off 22 balls, so we're going at a good tick, and Gums himself 27 off 24. And I'm certainly sure had they taken the opportunity to really stay a lot longer at the crease, they would have been able to put on an even more respectable score that is on the board at the moment. So work to be done. Maybe they might say, well, short of match practice, so to speak, in terms of the preparation, different setups in terms of their players as well, and not the potent Beamerz team that we saw last year as well. And I think last year they would have started off with a loss as well, and they came back very, very strong. But it's all left to be seen. We are just at the starting point of this year's tournament, and we will see what the Foreign Stars have to offer us. So far they've looked pretty good in the field, yet we'll see whether or not they can go all the way in all the phases and the facets of the game.
Well, one thing we know that the Beamerz have is a good spin attack, and it will be led by the man Shaka Hodge. You know, for a number of years he's been a very good bowler of spin in Anguilla. And last year him as well as the man Yannick Leonard would have really tightened up teams in the middle overs. Him and as well as Dylan Skellicky, they have such a potent spin attack with the Beamerz. And even the man Baba Joe Gums have been in there as well amongst the wickets. The aforementioned Shaka Archie bowled 30 overs last year at an economy rate of 4.9 in T20. That is incredible.
That's quite miserly in 2020 land, you would say.
Picking up 8 wickets at a strike rate of 18.37. His strike rate and his economy was only bettered by his bowling partner Yannick Leonard, who picked up 14 wickets at an economy rate of 4.82. Absolutely, they had such a brilliant spin attack last year. They also had Joe Guns who had a recovery rate of 6.57, and the man Dylan Skellicky, who was in there as well, bowling some miserly off spin. So they did, with the bowling attack they had last year, they looked to try and replicate that. They even had the man who was a Mentos coming for a few games bowling left arm off spin.
Yes, so it would be certainly interesting to see what they're showing. Well, we know that Shaka is there, and we know what he's capable of, and we're certainly looking to see what they have on offer here today. Just to mention our sponsors as we continue our broadcast here, right here at the James Ronald Webster Park. Our sponsors, Dr. Maura J. Sander, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Gulf Coast, Nagico Insurances, Carita Walgreen Lindholm, Zemi Beach Hotel, Digicel, Republic Bank of Anguilla, National Caribbean Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronic, Radio Anguilla, Best Buy Supermarket, Class FM 92.9, and we also have live streaming here at Mega Charge 54, and we have Lloyd live as well. You know, bringing all the scenes, the views, the action right here from the James Ronald Webster Park, and beaming it across the wall as far as we can reach. And so we want to thank all of our sponsors. That your thoughts on the new laid strip that was laid just before this tournament. Your thoughts on how it's been playing so far?
Well, I've been giving it a good look as it was being made, and I must say the man Bobby Black has done a very good job in curating this surface, as it allows for pace to really, it has true bounce, so there's no real deception whether the ball will stay low or it will bounce high. It's a very true surface, so it will allow you to play your shots, but it is something for both pacers and spinners. As we saw the man sing, he got a bit of turn off the surface from this commentary booth end. He was able to rip it just a bit, and I think Shaka Hodge, as well as young Jan Hunt, and even Kerry Booker, and they will be anticipating getting a bit of a ball on this surface with the amount of spin it's offering. They also have pace in them as well. Do the Beamerz with the likes of Jonathan Tyson and Giovanni Guns, as well as the man Hooker in Rakesh Hooker. He also moves some pace, and I believe that they'll be anticipating getting a bit of a run out on this surface that offers both good bounce and pace as well as a bit of turn.
Yes, certainly, and really good work by the entire ground staff, sports department. I've been around where they were preparing the pitch. You know, we are really in the drought season, so to speak, so we have not gotten that rain that we would have liked, but they at one point the clay was pretty hard. They worked on it, pounded it, was able to lay it, rolled it, and really put in the time and the work to what we are seeing here today. And like you mentioned, there is something in there for both bat and ball, so to speak. We've seen where if you apply yourself, you will be able to make runs. If you bowl well, you will be able to get wickets as well. And that's what we've seen here. It's partially green in some areas, a little bit brown on the outer skirts, but I think that the ground staff and all the players would have done a marvelous job in presenting what we are really seeing here today. And we do hope that you have enjoyed the commentary so far, the comments that we've been bringing to you through both Radio Anguilla and the Class FM. And we want to thank you for at least tuning in and really enjoying what's been on offer here at the start of this year's Anguilla Premier League T20 Tournament 2022.
Yes, well, the fielding team is back out in the middle, and just awaiting the batsmen as the umpires are there as well. I do suspect that the man Dion Williams will be opening the batting for the Foreign Stars, but the next voice you will hear in the hot box will be that of the man Millington.
Yes, certainly, as the music there from the sound system blaring in the background. And the Beamerz team, as you would have heard Doc mention, they are already on the field. The umpires are out there. We are seeing where the two opening batters for the Foreign Stars, they're just about making their way. That looks like Dion Williams, and who's the other player? As I say, welcome back to the microphones, Millington.
Thank you very much, Tony. The two batsmen, the openers for Foreign Stars, Dion Williams and the man Monix. So Dion Williams, the wicketkeeper batsman, and Elvis Monix will be starting the run chase for the Foreign Stars. They're in search of 111. They're in search of 111 for victory. 110 scored by the Beamerz, all out. It's going to be Rakesh Gukaran who's going to take the attack from this commentator's booth end. He's going to run away with number 23 on his back. He's going to be starting into Dion Williams, Dion Borton, diminutive wicketkeeper, the man Shaka Hodge, marshalling the troops, along with Captain Lyndon Richardson. So Rakesh is going to be starting when the two men out, the man on the third man boundary and the man on the mid-wicket boundary. That's the two men out for the nippy seamer. Mid on, mid off. Extra cover, regulation cover and backward point. Short fine leg on the 30-yard circle and a short mid-wicket. That's what Gukaran will be going away from us now to bowl to Dion Williams. Short, and he's staring this one. Shoots a man at backward point, can't score. Dion Williams played in the first edition. He would have played for Island Harbour, Razor Massive. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Williams is getting one down the leg side. That's a wide, and it's going to run close. In fact, you can give up the chase. It's gone into the fence now. That goes away for 4 wides and 5 welcome runs to start the chase. So Tony, well, if you don't have to hit it and you can get it that freely, you will accept it.
Certainly, not the way Rakesh would want to start at all. They have not gotten a lot of runs to play with, and that's 5 given away freely there. And so another 106 runs. Bowling like that certainly make easy work here by the Foreign Stars. So he'll certainly want to get back on line, tighten things up, and keep it as tight as possible, be as miserly as possible in trying to defend the 110 posted by the Beamerz.
Here is Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Williams is hitting this one in the air, and in no man's land it fell, and it's officially down to the man at mid-on. You can't stop the single. That's Giovanni Guns. Total moves on to 6, and Williams is off the mark. So Dion Williams, so not Razor Massive but the Beamerz, so he's playing against a team that he will started in season 1. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Elvis Monix. Bowl to Monix. Monix is coming forward and pushing down the onside. Shaka Hodge has a slight shift, field change. He has moved on to there. and has moved from where he was previously at short mid-wicket. He's going to straight to Schmidt on. Here is Bukaran to Elvis. Elvis is getting one outside line of the off stump. Doesn't make contact. A here referee shot was to be taken by the wicket keeper. No one result. No harm done. The score remains on 6-4, no loss. As we say hello, good evening to the man, Kate Stonegraves, wherever you are. Maybe in church at this time. Getting some blessings. Here is Bukaran to bowl to Monix. Monix is getting one down the leg side. Another wide call and signal by the umpire. Total moves on by 7. Don't have a lot of runs on the board, and you can look forward giving gifts at this moment. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and so we say to all of our mothers, Happy Mother's Day in advance. Here is Bukaran to bowl to Elvis, getting the one outside. This one is on the line up there off stump, and it's a wide, in fact. It was a line off stump, so when he's not erring on the leg side, he is on the off side. So far, so good. Foreign Stars enjoying these games. Here is Bukaran to bowl to Monix. Monix is looking to drive. No, he can't make contact. Seem to be batting with a needle. Or is that Bukaran is bowling a marble? And it's either or. Not making contact there was Monix. Score is on 8. Leon Williams is on 1. Monix yet to score. Is Bukaran. Rubs the ball in the shoulders. Move away. Ball past the umpire Lake. Ball to stylishly is Monix. Look like a cut the wall child, leave alone. Picking up the line and leaving it alone. Goal should be taken by the wicket keeper. And at the end of over number 1, at this same stage, the Beamerz were a 9 for no loss, and the Stars, they are 8 for no loss.
Yes, 8 for no loss. The first over there bowled by Rakesh Bukaran, not really getting his compass, the direction that he would have liked. Having said that, though, would not have given a lot of loose deliveries away, aside from the 4 wide down the onside. They kept it pretty nice and tightly enough to keep the batters in check as well. Monix, on the other hand, not really getting to the pitch as yet, more or less trying to have a big whiff and not really getting to the pitch of the ball to play the shot through the offside, more or less. And so with a score of 110 defending that, you can see, well, pretty good start for the Beamerz so far.
There's a cloud cover at the moment. Not the beautiful sunshine that we would have started in. Here is going to be Jonathan Tyson to pick up the attack from the far end, the polyclinic end. Jonathan Tyson walks and breaks into his run to bowl to Leon Williams. Oh, that's a nothing ball. That has to be called. Oh, a nothing ball. And Leon Williams gets 4. 2 bounce. It seems that they would have bounced on his shoe. And Leon Williams gets it away. To back for the point, 4 runs.
Certainly, Tyson, it's almost as though the ball was glued to his hand and didn't come out as well as he would have liked.
Here is Tyson. He's going to try again to bowl to Williams. Williams is pulling well. 4 runs. He pulled that one with this down over square leg, 4 runs. It was short, and he said, well, he sat up to be hit. And he said, thank you very much. I will accept that. It's a carnival gift coming early for me. And he put it away nicely, 4 runs.
Certainly not the start that the Beamerz would have wanted from Tyson at all. 4 and 4. And still only just the start of the over with 2 balls so far. And like I said, playing with the amount of runs they would have scored, I'm certainly sure that they will want Tyson to be a lot more tighter as this over continues.
Here is Tyson again to bowl to Williams. Williams getting one shot wide outside of the slump. And umpire Jack Webster say, I agree with you, commentator. And that's a wide. Total moves on by 1 to 17. Williams is on 9. Monix yet to score. 17 for no loss. It is APL Season 2, 2022. Here is Jonathan Tyson runs away, passes umpire Webster, ball to Williams. Williams is getting another wide. He's getting the ball to shape nicely, but it's not starting it on a nice line and length. He's starting it, it's a short, he's holding the ball too tight, and so the ball is sticking in his hand. It is wide, it is short, lack of confidence.
The follow through is not, it doesn't seem as though it's theirs yet, so for some reason it's almost like he's bowling the ball from a string actually.
Here is Tyson to bowl to Williams. Passes the umpire, ball to Williams. Williams is getting one shot, he's looking to pull, doesn't make contact. Wicket seems to be sticking a bit. So first, any cricket is being played on the newly relayed track into the creator, Bobby Black, and friends for ensuring that the wicket is relayed. I say thanks to you, to the committee, Alken Rogers and friends, all those who are part of this. This one, Dion is playing in the offside. On the onside, Lyndall Richardson fields, hands up the single. Dion moves on by 1 to 10, and the total on by 1 to 19. 19 for no loss, 9 extras so far. We are just in over number 2, and we have some 9 wides, and gracefully accepted by the foreign stars. Means that they will only have to make 102 at the moment. Here is Tyson to bowl to Elvis. Is getting one. It's out. That is very close and no ball, because that would have pitched very close over. It may have been millimeters pitching off the square. That's another wide. Jonathan Tyson. 24 no loss. Extras move on by 10. We are just in over number 2. Here is Tyson to bowl to Monix. Bowl to Monix. Monix is getting a one that is playing an agricultural shot too. Not a good looking stroke at all. You have just pushed that one back down the ground. Past Tyson was looking to go mid wicket. No harm done, no damage done. It's not a good looking stroke at all. He was slow on that delivery as well. If Tyson lines him up, he will be knocked over, I believe, in short order. Here is Tyson to bowl to Elvis. Monix, bowl to Monix. Monix is getting one to the left of backward point, and a fumble allow them to go through for the single. Total moves on by 1 to 21. Monix is off the mark. It's the end of over number 2, and it is the foreign stars in search of 111 for victory. They are 21 for no loss.
21 for no loss. That Tyson over takes some 9 balls, very long over there, and really it appears as if he's trying to see how much bounce is in the wicket, because he's dropping it very sharp. And what he will serve to do is that if he would have taken a page out of the foreign stars book, when they started making sure that they pitched the ball up on a good length, and they reaped the benefit of the rewards of picking up wickets early on. And not a good over there from Tyson at all. I'm certainly sure he'll be looking to bounce back in his second stint. And we've known that they do not have enough runs. They do not have a lot of runs playing with, as we see another change in bowling milling.
Well, I will not say they don't have enough runs. I will say they don't have a lot of runs to play with.
Certainly.
Because you never know. It's cricket. It's a game of glorious uncertainty. It is Giovanni Gums who's going to take up the attack from the commentator's boot end. He's going to be taking over from Rakesh, who did not have a good start. We've sent down some 7 extras. Here is Giovanni Gums to bowl to Monix. Monix getting one line on just about leg stump. pushes up the track. Giovanni Field, no run resulting. Score remains on 21. 21 for no loss. Over number 2. Here is Giovanni Gunn. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. And he's cut that one well. Through backward point. Fumbles it. And it runs out of acreage very, very quickly here at the James Ronald Webster Park. The outfield very, very fast, even though it was going up the hill. And it goes away for 4.
Certainly a much better shot there from Morinix there. A lot more composed, getting to the pitch and just chopping it past the fielder there, and it raced up the hill through the boundary for 4 runs. And I'm certainly sure that he will feel a lot better. He's getting bat and ball, and not only getting bat and ball.
Giovanni to Monix again, looking for the same shot. It's not on. Ball keeping hello. No run resulting. Score remains on 25. 25 for no loss. Foreign Stars. Beamerz winning the toss earlier in the day and choosing to bat. They mounted some 110 against the new. Here is Guns, the ball to Monix. Monix is getting it. Oh, for a moment Giovanni was interesting. He was jumping, thought that he got an edge to that one Monix, but he didn't. It was just a good delivery. Score remains on 25 for no loss. Giovanni Gums moves away. The ball to Monix. Monix is coming across his crease and turn it to forward of square. Gets 1. Total moves on by 1 to 26. Monix is on 6. His opening partner, Dion Williams, is on 10. Total on to 26. Some 10 extras so far. Giovanni Guns waits for Dion Williams to be ready. He is now, taps away. Waits for Gums. Gums ball. Wide outside love, drive some and low as well. 1 more to the total. Total moves on to 27. Extras, oh, they are building up. They are building up very, very quickly. Extras move on to 11. And the total on to 27. Dion Williams is on 10. Monix is on 6. Here is Giovanni Gums. And he stopped there by Williams. And say a big hello and shout out to all our sponsors. Here is Giovanni Gums. The ball to Williams. Ball to Williams. Williams is getting a well pitched up delivery. Yorker length delivery, which is digging out in the offside. Lindell, which is in the captain field. The over coming to an end. At the end of over number 3, it is Foreign Stars in search for over 111 for victory. They are 27 for no loss at the same stage. Beamerz was 17, so a matter of some 10 runs advantage the Foreign Stars at the end of over number 3.
So 3 runs, 8 runs, sorry, scoring over 8 runs and over, trying to get to 111 to be victorious in this encounter. The Foreign Stars, Beamerz certainly sure will be looking to tighten up more on their bowling. We've seen where the changes have been round by the captain there in Richardson. You see Gums coming on, and now we're seeing Hodge, who's going to come on from the other end, making sure that they put a squeeze here on these 2 batters at the moment.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Monix. Monix is turning to a short fine leg who misfields, but they're not going to come back. Monix is interested. Williams said, no, you stay there. I will handle the elder statesman. Monix is on 7. Total is on 28. 28 for no loss. Scoring at 9 runs and over. Starting with a requirement of 6.5 or 5.5. Requiring 5.5. Yeah. making use of this power play. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Dean Williams. Right arm over the wicket. Shaka Hodge is saying to Monix, you can't get a head start over me. I will run you out. You need to stay in your crease. Shaka Hodge, right arm over, right arm off spin, right arm over the wicket to bowl to Dean Williams. Is living this one. He's getting some nice bounce. Shaka Hodge bowls from a high trajectory. Shaka Hodge, the first spinner I see to bowl a bouncer. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Dean Williams, who's covering up, no run resulting. Dean Burton moves away from behind the stump and field. No run resulting. Score remains on 28 for no loss. Over number 4, here is Hodge to bowl to Burton, to Williams. Williams has turned this one on the onside. Looking for a single. It's not on. That would have been suicide. Suicidal. Score remains on 28. Conceding some 1 run so far. So already we see Shaka Hodge tightening things up. One run conceded. Some 4 balls have been sent down by Hodge already. Tomorrow and day number 2. We'll be right here for a 1 o'clock start. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Williams. Williams is turned this on the onside. Can't score. What an over. Shaka Hodge pulling things back, pegging them back. It is 28. Some 1 run from that over. What a good over that was, Tony.
Yes, certainly an over that they would have wanted at the start there from Hodge, really turning the screws and limiting the batter just to a solitary single, and really trying to peg the foreign stars back. They've started off pretty nicely so far with some very sloppy bowling, especially from the 2 opening bowlers, and we've seen where the Gums and now Hodge coming back and making sure that they peg things back just a little bit, just to keep themselves, to give themselves a chance in defending the score they would have posted so far. But it's still early days yet. It's a long way to go, and under some stiff breeze, bit of overcast condition here. Lost the sun momentarily, but some good cricket so far, Millie.
It's going to be Yannick who's going to take up the attack. He's going to bowl in between umpire and stump. Left arm around the wicket, it seems. We'll wait to see that attack. Yes, left arm around the wicket. Between umpire and stump, bowls to Elvis. Remember Yannick Leonard? He bowled that same left arm between umpire and stumps around the wicket. And it's Yannick Hanoi. Hanoi is the bowler. Yannick, left arm between umpire and stumps around the wicket. Man out is meant to allow out in the power play. Here is Yannick to bowl to Elvis. Elvis is looking to back away and hit the ball. The ball is going away. He's going away from the ball. So he's putting a gap between himself and the ball. Long on and mid-wicket the man out. Here is Yannick to bowl to Elvis. Elvis is coming forward and stylishly, uniquely in his own way, pushing it in the offside. It can't score. Score remains on 28. And the spinners immediately putting a halt on their scoring. Here is Yannick to bowl to Elvis. Elvis is looking to cut, can't score. Score remains on 28. Shaka Hodge bowling the 3rd over. He's the 4th over. Here is Yannick. This one is going to go under the glove. This is a big shot. He has picked it up and deposited it into the street. It's gone away for 6. What a shot that is from the man Elvis Monix.
Well, certainly what he has been looking to do from the ball 1 and this time we got good connection on it, and we've seen it sailed over the boundary, over the stands, over the park, and into the road for 6 good runs, taking the score to 34 there for the Foreign Stars, and somewhat spoiling what was the start of a really good over there for Hanno, but that's the way Mornix seems as though he wants to play, and if he gets connected on any one of those balls being bowled to him, it certainly will be coming close over the boundary line.
Well, that one was hit with brute force. It was hit in the early days. They will tell you that the ball has gone into Brody's ground, picking peas. Oh, that's a wonderful stroke, wonderful looking stroke there by Elvis. Looking for the fourth official for balls. Will the ball be coming back? Someone went to retrieve it, but it might have just been damaged by the road. That was a lovely shot. Monix picked it up, and he picked it up well off the legs, and he heisted it over square and away over into the street. That went out of the ground for 6 runs.
Yes, we really got good connection in it, and with the power, as he has been attempting to do from ball one, so to speak. And so far has hit 1-4, now has hit one over out of the ground for 6. And as you can see, he's looking to make sure that he gets good connection and the ball that's been bowled to him.
Here is Hanno looking for revenge. To bowl to Elvis. Elvis is getting one outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact. Over coming to an end. And at the end of over number 5, the Foreign Stars in search of 111 for victory. They are 34 for no loss. 34 for no loss. It was a lovely looking stroke there from Elvis, as the man Tony slips out, and slipping in the commentary, the comments chair is the man Kelsick. As I say, welcome back, Kelsick, and a good start by the Foreign Stars.
Very good start indeed, and I like that 6 a while ago. It was short and he got across and sent it down into the peace field. Good going here. 34 for no loss, chasing 111 for victory. And this is the first match of 2022 Anguilla Premier League.
Well, you don't want it to come down to a matter of strike rate. You want to get off onto a good footing, get points. Here is Shaka to bowl to Dean Williams, can't score. Pushing on the onside, Giovanni Gums just ambling there to his right and feeling. Here is Hodge to bowl to Williams. Williams is looking to Paul. And a good looking stroke. The ball is stopping, it's jumping, it's doing all kind of things from the spinner. Shaka Hodge, the elder statesman, has been to many battles before. And this is nothing new for Shaka Hodge. It's played for the Leeward Island. From U team come up. Here is Shaka Hodge making some adjustments to his field. Just in slip, making Williams wait. Here is Hodge to bowl to Williams. Williams is getting this one on the outside, can't score. Straight to the man there at extra cover. Score remains on 34 over number 6 being bowled. Here is Hodge to bowl to Williams. Williams is hitting it in this time to Gums. Doesn't feel cleanly, but doesn't concede. As say good afternoon to those who may just be joining us. Here is another appeal. Not out says the umpire. Over the wicket. Shaka is bowling over the wicket, and the ball seemed to be been angling down the leg side.
Yeah, drifted just a little down the leg side.
Yes. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Williams. Williams is driving. Shaka doesn't feel cleanly, but it ricochets off him and straight to the man at mid-off. The end of over number 6 coming to an end. And it's a 34. It's a maiden over. And the spinners are doing it. I will just tell you there that we have a voice that you will hear in the near future. And it's one of those Webster people. I'm not going to say much, but you will hear that beautiful voice. You will hear that beautiful voice. I'm not telling you who it is, I'm leaving you in suspense. Yeah, we'll hear that voice in short order in the coming days during this tournament. And that's the end of the power play. At the end of it, it's 34 for no loss. At the same stage, the rebuilding for the Beamerz would have started here, and they would have amounted some 47 from their power play. 47, so 13-run advantage. Those last 3 overs would have pulled things back for the Beamerz. Here is Arno to bowl to Elvis. Elvis is dabbing this one on the offside. The man from backward point moves around. That's Giovanni Gums field. No run resulting. It's Hanoi again to bowl to Elvis. Passes the umpire, bowl to Elvis. Elvis is pulling this one down to the man at backward square. Tyson is in attendance. Gets 1, 35 is the score, and Monix moves on by 1 to 14. Williams is still on 10. He's into strike. It's 35 for no loss. In search of 111 for victory. Williams pushes on the offside. Extra cover field. That's Shaka Hodge. Other teams in this tournament. Here is Anna to bowl to Williams. It's in the air. Somebody's going to come on it. No, it's going to fall short. They've gone for one. That's all they're going to be. Rakish. Oh, that's Kerry Gukaran. Moves smartly off the boundary. Couldn't make a catch of it. Williams getting tied on and wanting to free his arms. Total moves on by 1 to 36. Super sixes. The pointers here is one that is pulling. They've gone for one. We're not seeing the same in the running that we saw between Giovanni Gums and Sanders when they were in the rebuilding stage. Total moves on now by 1 to 37. Monix by 1 to 15. Here is a ball from Hano that finds Diana pushing up the offside. The over comes to an end, and at the end of over number 7, it is the Foreign Stars in search of 111 for victory. They are 37 for no loss.
Tight bowling here, Millet. 3 runs coming from that over, and we saw the batter there in Williams. He's trying to see if he can force the ball away, but unfortunately he cannot at this moment. Very interesting field placing that we see here. Some three men on the offside, and that's what, 3 and 6 men on the onside. And the bowlers, they're really bowling to their field.
So young John Hunt is going to take over from Shaka Hodge from the Central Polyclinic end. One of the youngsters that persons like Poti and myself would have had a hand in coaching. It's Hunt to bowl to Monix. Monix is pulling this one down to mid-wicket. So they get 1. That's all it's going to be. That one stood up. I've gone anyway with that one. Total moves on by 1 to 38. Here is John Hunt. Right arm over the wicket. Bowl to Williams. Williams is hitting this one. Handsome. 6 runs. Over the top of mid-wicket, he was going back and looking to make a catch out of it. But it wasn't to be a full toss. And he said, thank you very much. I will accept gifts. I love gifts. And he hits it hard over mid-wicket. That goes away for 6 and the total moves on to 44. 44. Williams moves on to 17. Here is Hunt again to bowl to Williams. Williams is playing again. This one is through the gap for more. You're getting a move on. He's on to 21 and the total is on to 48. Foreign Stars looking for their first win over the Beamerz. So there is a massive. The Sixers and the Pointers are the additional 3 teams from these two. So 5 teams in the tournament. 1 addition from last year. Here is Hunt. Shot! Pull to the right of backward square 4 more. So the personnel at the square is what they will have to really look at, because that one should have been stopped. And he just ambled to his right and escort the ball like a police officer doing escort duty. Escort the ball to the boundary. That's 4 more. The total moves on to 52. Williams is on to 25 very quickly. There is a field place changing. It is Giovanni Gums who has gone onto the boundary. And here is Chad Hunt. You can't really set field for bad bowling. Here is Hunt to Williams. Williams is playing this one on the offside. Lindell Richardson is in the way. Can't score. Score remains on 52. 52 for no loss. In search of 111 for victory. 110 posted by Beamerz. Winning the toss. Choosing to bat. Here is Hunt to bowl to Williams. Williams is in. Oh, a big hero bowl. Looking for a big hero over the mid-wicket boundary. Is it that ball? The balls are on the ground. Did the keeper hit the slumps? Well. For a moment it looked like he was bowled. The balls are on the ground, but it seemed like it was the wicket keeper who dislodged the ball because Deon Williams stood his ground.
Yes, it seems as though it was the wicketkeeper who took the bails off. But that was a very good delivery. And my advice to young Jad Hunt is that you flight one, flight all. Don't hold the ball back. Don't try to bowl too fast. Flight the ball and you got the batsman.
Yes. Well, for a moment, I really thought that he was bowling the ball. It was a very good delivery. And I saw the bails falling. But it seemed to be, it would have been a quick glove work by Deon Burton. Dislodge those bails. Here is Hannah to bowl to Monix. Monix getting a full pitch delivery. Couldn't do anything else but come down hard on it. Here is Hannah to bowl to Monix. Monix is cutting well. He's going to get runs here. The man on the sweeper boundary. Fields, how's the returning? He gets 1. 53 is the total. And Monix moves on by 1 to 17. Yannick Hano to bowl to. Oh, this one is off the edge. The slip had moved out. Not feeling well. John Hunt there, not cleaning it up and allowing 2 runs. Total moves on to 55. Williams hitting 2 runs, moving on to 27 off the outer edge. Here is Yannick to bowl to Williams. Williams is going back and covering up, turning it on the onside, can't score. And the keeper ambles away from behind the stumps and cleans up. Total remains on 55. 55 in the course of over number 9 in search of 111 for victory. Here is Yannick between umpire and stump, left arm around the wicket, bowls to Deon Williams with shoulder in arms. Seeing the man Monix signaling for a drink. left between umpire and stumps. He moves away, ball to Williams. Who is a stump? Left after down the track. Not a good looking stroke. Not a good looking stroke. It was a ball that was held back. It was pitched wide. And a nothing shot by Deon Burton. And by Deon Williams. Deon Burton whipping the balls off. And the first wicket goes for the Stars at on the score of 55. 55, it's a 55 for 1. Burton stumped by Williams, stumped by Burton for 27.
A very, very bad shot indeed. That ball was pitched wide and seemed as though that the wicketkeeper gave him the signal, and he encouraged Williams to come down the track. He was beaten, and Burton there doing the rest. Very good going so far, getting the first wicket with a score on 55. So it will be very interesting to see what happens now, as this was the breakthrough that the Beamerz were looking for.
Well, we did say that spin would be the key to the Beamerz being able to contain the foreign Stars attack, and spin has proved the difference thus far for the Beamerz. Shekhar Harsh has really put the clamps on their scoring, and outside of that one over from Jad Hunt, the spinners have really held down the scoring rate of the foreign Stars. The new batsman, I'm not exactly certain.
Who the new batsman voting?
Singh. So it will be Singh who is the new batsman for the foreign Stars right now. And I think we'll be seeing some leg spin introduced for the Beamerz. He's into ball to, he's trying to hoik this one away to the leg side, and he's not able to make contact there. The man batting for the foreign Stars, and Elvis Monix into ball again, and this delivery wants to strike the heave again, and again can't make good contact. His scoring rate has been just a bit down.
No, I don't know this.
And again is a leg spinner into ball to Elvis, and Elvis is beating all ends up there. He's turning a web, this leg spinner for the Beamerz. Yet to make out precisely who he is just yet. As he's in again, fronts his one up, and Elvis heaves him to the leg side, and heaves it up and over the mid-wicket boundary. That's will be 6 runs.
And we can see that's what he was aiming for, because the first 3 deliveries he was beaten, and this one he really got into that delivery and dispatched it to the boundary.
And again, and to this delivery, Elvis is trying to heave again. This time he's going to be going LBW. He's going to come across the stumps all over, trying to heave him to the leg side. This time he was wrapped on the front pan, and he has to go. This chase is not being made easy.
I'll tell you something, Doc. He's not reading the leg spinner at all. And this one was straight on. And he came across, he missed. And he was a judge LBW. Because if you observe from the first 3 deliveries he received, he missed. Then the 4th one he dispatched. But this one, the bowler decided, all right, I'm going to give you the straight ball. And he misread the line, and he was a judge LBW.
I think it may be Ramraj who was the bowler for the Beamerz. Not exactly certain, but he has gotten a wicket as this leg spinner, and Elvis Monix has to go.
Well, as we know, runs on the board. They need another 50. The score now is
59. 59, I believe, is the score.
59. So they need another, 52. Another 52 runs.
Somewhere around that region.
Yeah, the crowd has built up over the past half hour or so. No doubt some of the folks were at home and waiting, finishing having their lunch, and then they come up to enjoy the cricket.
Again, we're currently unaware of who the batsman is for the foreign Stars. Trying to make out the number on his back. The number 12 for them, that's Kishan Charles. So Kishan Charles is the new batsman for the foreign Stars. Leg spinner comes in again into both the Charles, and he's driving stylishly through the offside. Will not get a run. So at the end of the over, it is 59, I believe. 59 for the loss of, is it 2 wickets?
Yeah. Yes, 59 for 2. Good going here by the foreign Stars. And as we say, runs on the board, runs on the board. And I know that the Beamerz, they're going to defend the 110 runs. 2 quick wickets there falling for the foreign Stars. And the first one, I thought the first batter, that was a bit careless of him. He was lowered down the wicket with the one that was going away from him and was well stumped by Burton. And then we saw the leg spinner, Mannix, not reading the leg spin that well, and then getting the straighter delivery was a George LBW.
Well, I think it will be the man Tannic to continue. We're bowling his left arm off spin between umpire and stumps. Deep cover, a deep backward square leg and a deep mid wicket, the men out. Tannic continues into ball to Singh, and Singh is punching this one through backward point. He will get a single, looking for 2, but there will not be 2 runs available. It's a no ball actually for the height, I believe. So it'll be a free hit and a chance for the man in Kishan Charles to free his arms. Free hit. Now pushing back the long off and long on. Tannic is held up just a bit as Shaka takes a couple steps back. Now Tannic into ball to Kishan Charles. It's short and he hoiks it down towards deep square leg. There's a man on the boundary, so it will only be a single. The 60 is up in the course of over number 10, I believe. It is 60 for the loss of 2 wickets. So motoring along nicely as Tannic is taking his time between deliveries, not ordinary for a spinner, but he's in now into ball to Singh, and Singh is trying to turn this one down into the leg side. Is not successful, but it is a wide. Moves on to 61 the score, 61 for 2 as Tannic continues. Tannic into ball to Singh. This one is short and wide, chipped over short, extra cover. They will get one, looking for the second, but again not able to do so. Quick walk there by the Beamerz bowlers and the Beamerz fielders. Yet to see Kerry Gokaran, as it's what, 62 for the loss of 2 wickets. I got 62. Well, if we've corrected, it's 66, says the scorer there in Livingston Clifton. 66 for the loss of 2 wickets. And the course of over number 10. Again, good scoring rate as Tannic drops the ball on his approach. Again, into ball, and this one is beating him outside the off stump. It will be a dot ball, but a good ball by Tannic. He's turning again quickly as a slip is coming into place now. Again, a bit reactive, I must say, the field setting, but the slip is in now as Tannic comes again into ball to Kishan Charles down the leg side. This one will be a wide. Maybe the slip has put a bit of pressure as he lost his radar there just a bit. Tianik into ball to Keyshawn Charles, who's driving down to short, extra cover for no run. Still 66 for the loss of 2 wickets. Sorry, 67 after the wide as it swept down towards deep square. That's poor fielding by Jan Hunt once again. A young man is having a torrid time here today as he let that one by. It will be 4 more.
Very, very bad judgment there. Just had to go down and just feel the ball, but the ball went straight through him. Well, he's a young man, and I think it's what, 14 years old, but he will learn.
Tianik once again into ball to Keyshawn Charles, who's edging this one, and it goes past the slip and past the short point. It will go close to the boundary, but not quite get there. They will get 2 runs.
What I observed to that at the end of the over, but the spinner here, his name, he's not being consistent with his line at all. He's outside the off stump, then he's down the leg side, then he's offside.
We have had 10 overs, and after 10 it is 73 for the loss of 2 wickets. As we will be seeing some drinks being brought out to the batsman. The leg spinner will continue for the Beamerz. There is usually a break after the 10th over, but I guess due to how late it is, I don't think the umpires will want this game going too late without lights.
Of course, the lights will go right up. The sun sets at 6:30 around that time.
The leg spinner will continue. I believe it's Radesh Ramraj.
And it's the diminutive Singh who's facing.
Singh, a fellow leg spinner, will face this one and drive it down towards long off. He'll pick up a single. So those are 2 leg spinners there for both sides in Singh and I think Ramraj having a battle that Singh won the first round of. And again, it is Ramraj into ball to Keyshawn Charles. Charles is driving, but miscuing will not get any runs as the ball trickles down towards short mid-wicket. Turning quickly into ball to Keyshawn Charles again. And Charles is flicking this one down past short, fine leg. The deep backward square leg will come around and cut this one off. It's only a single. Score moves on to 75 as Ramraj will continue. Shaka Hodge comes in as a slip now. He's into ball to Singh, and this one's flighted. Singh tried to drive, and the Milan can't get there. He got his hands up. It was a difficult chance. He couldn't hold on, and in the end, it will only be a single.
That was a very good try indeed. The ball was going over his head, and he tried to go back, but the ball was too quick for him and got the fingers to it.
Charles now turning this one into the leg side. Only 2 short mid-wicket. Will not get any runs. As this one is bowled again, and Keyshawn Charles trying to turn it into the leg side. It will be a wide called and signaled by the umpire. And again is Ramraj, and Keyshawn Charles tries to flick this one past the short fine leg. Deep backward square leg comes around, and they're coming back for 2. Good running by Charles and Singh.
A very good over there for the foreign stars. And as we can see, they are cruising along 2 wickets down, only 2 wickets down, and there's still what, 30 odd runs or so away. So this one should be a victory except something dramatic happens.
They're just about 31 runs away from victory at this present moment. 32, sorry, they're at 79 for 3, chasing 111 for victory. And we now will have the drinks break. So after 11 hours, we will be having a drinks break as this game is well set for the Foreign Stars to coast the victory, as they do have a lot of batting left in the hut with the likes of the man Ashley White. He is still yet to bat, as well as Desmond Olivier is both not yet having batted, as well as Raquel Cyril, who is also a good batsman. All of them are still left in the hut to come.
Yes, and we could just update you on our sponsors so far. Dr. Meher J. Suda, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, Najiko Insurance, Carita Walgreen Linden, Zemi Beach Hotel, Digicel, Republic Bank of Anguilla, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Radio Anguilla, Best Buy Supermarket, Class FM 92.9, and Streamline. Of course, Streamline will be here tomorrow. We have Lloyd's, and also we have Mega Charles 54 on YouTube. You join anyone and you can get the cricket right here from Webster's Park. Music is being done for us there by the man himself. The sounds, he plays, I forgot his name, but I'll get his name for you later on. But so far, it's a little overcast in the distance, and we have a strong breeze flowing across the Webster's Park here. Remy is the music man, and he's also the announcer. And after the short break, we see umpires Lake and Webster going back to the center now. The players, the fielders are there, the batters are there, and after 11 overs, we have some 79 runs, so we need 32 more runs, and we have 7 wickets in hand. But the game of cricket, anything can happen in the game of cricket. As we know, it only takes one ball to get a batter.
As we saw in a game a couple of days ago from Mumbai Indians, they were pretty much all set. And when the man Daniel Sams came on and completely shut down his opponent in the last over, and the Mumbai Indians ended up winning the game, conceding what was it, just some 2 runs, I believe, of the final over, defending 5 over there in the IPL. So as you know, anything can happen in the game of cricket.
That's right, that is right. That's why they say it's a game of glorious uncertainties.
So, just trying to get the full scorecard from that game I was mentioning earlier. We'll get that to you, but the game is about to restart as it's Kerry Gokaran who will be taking up the attack. So I was mentioning, it was that Mumbai Indians game versus the Gujarat Tigers, where towards the end Gujarat were cruising and they would have needed 5 runs to win, but a brilliant over from Daniel Sams preventing the man David Miller, who's a very good batsman, from just getting those 5 runs he would have needed off the last over. Here comes Kerry Gokaran, just waiting on the umpire. It's a deep mid wicket, And a deep square leg, the man back on the leg side as Kerry is in. Drops this one short and wide. It will be a wide call and signaled by the umpire. So it's a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, and a deep cover. Mid on and mid off for halfway. Kerry again into bowl to Singh, and it's a lot slower, and Singh is trying to pull this one down towards mid on. It drops just off the square, doesn't get much distance from it, but he does get a single. Kerry not getting his radar right just yet. Another leg spinner bowling right arm leg breaks over the wicket to the left hand of Kishan Charles. And that's a lovely shot by Charles down towards the deep backward square leg boundary, but the man comes across and feels well. It will only be a single. He's been sweeping well, has Kishan Charles. Kerry again. This time into bowl to Singh, and to this delivery, it's flighted up and well outside the line of the off stump. It's another wide. Score moves on to what, 83 now? 83 for the loss of 2 as Kerry is in again. This time dragged down, Singh looking to sweep, doesn't make contact. It's down the leg side this time, and yet another wide. 84. Kerry again into ball to Singh, short and wide and cut towards short point. It will be no run. So Kerry's radar has been just a bit off thus far. You know, he's a much better leg spinner than what he's shown. Kerry into Singh, drags it down again. It's on the leg side again. It's another wide. They're just giving away the runs right now are the Beamerz. The whites have not been good for them. Short, wide again. It's another wide called by the umpire. I don't think Kerry has both 3 balls this over just yet. Kerry in again to Singh. That's a much better line and length. Almost got the man Singh fooled. It's a lot fuller and a lot straighter. Singh tried to come down the track, but the pace deceived him. Kerry Gokaran again. Into ball to Singh, who sweeps this one down towards short fine. Jad Hunt does well in the field, and it will be a dot ball. 86 for 2, the score line right now, 86 for 2. As it's Kerry Gokaran, who runs past the umpire. A hop step on a jump, short and wide again, and this one will be yet another wide. When you're only defending 110, giving away this many wides, it's almost criminal. The bowling has not been disciplined at all from the Beamerz. Kerry again into ball to Singh, trying to turn this one down towards short fine leg. Jan Hunt partially stops it. And with him not being able to find the ball, they're able to run a second.
Very good cricket here by the foreign stars. Really capitalizing on every opportunity they get to score runs.
Yeah, at the end of 11 overs, it's 89 for loss of 2 wickets, 89 for 2.
So another 89 for 2, that's 11 overs, so we have 9 overs for them to get some 22 runs.
That should be a relatively simple chase. 9 overs, 22 runs. They barely have to go over 2 runs and over. Leg spinner continues again into Kishan Charles, who's clipping this one down towards the deep mid-on field, but he'll get a single. It's been a good innings from Kishan Charles thus far.
He's really batting well here this afternoon. Opener, first match, opening match for the 2022 APL.
I'm Rajan again, at this time to Singh, who drives it down towards the mid-on region. He'll get a single as well. They've turned over the strike relatively well, have the Foreign Stars. And just cruising along with this relatively small total of 110. With not much damage, the Foreign Stars looking like a very formidable outfit. And again is a leg spinner, and Keyshawn Charles rocks back but misses on the cut shot. Will not get any runs. It's been good bowling thus far from the leg spinner in Radish. Ramraj is in again now into ball to Keyshawn Charles. Is flanked it up and has Charlton bowled by that one. He can't believe it there. He really can't believe it. It was a rank full toss. He tried to heave it into the leg side, completely missed, and it's taken off the stumps. So Keyshawn Charles, after all his hard work, has to bowl in a relatively poor fashion.
Yeah, he tried to hit that ball too hard. All he had to do just turn the ball around. You need 22 runs from say 9 overs. Just push the ball around. You don't have to get the big heaves. But it's very interesting because now another wicket has fallen.
Well, you were just speaking about big heaves. Here comes a man who loves a big heave. Ashley White is the new batsman, the captain for the Foreign Stars.
So we'll see what happens. As we said, you know, runs on the board or runs on the board. And you have to make sure you get those runs first.
And one thing you can always bet on, and once there's cricket being played on the park, you can always look behind to the side and find a mini cricket game going on with some youngsters.
That's right, that's right.
No matter what cricket park you go to, once there's cricket being played by the men, the youngsters are behind it playing some sort of cricket as well.
That's right.
Ashley was the new batsman. He looked to bring his team home for their first victory as a franchise in this APL, the Foreign Stars. Ramraj will be the man to continue. Bowling his right arm at leg spin. Ramraj into ball to Ashley White, who's forward and who completely bamboozled by that one there. A bit of turn off the surface for Ramraj. He finally landed one and completely fooled Ashley White. Ramraj turns quickly again, and again Ashley White is beaten off the surface with the turn. You can see that bit of turn, that little bit of turn off the surface is proving a bit difficult for Ashley White to contend with. At the end of the over, it's 91 for the loss of 3.
Very good over there from the leg spinner. And those two last deliveries there really bamboozled White. He knew nothing about, he was fouled and the ball was right through him.
That's good leg spin bowling. He's ripping the ball just a bit. He's getting a bit of purchase off the surface and a bit of assistance through the air as well, because you can see the wind is blowing from our eastern side to the west of the ground. So it's pushing the ball back across the right hander for the leg spinner. So he's getting a bit of assistance there.
Well, it will be interesting to see what happens. We see Shaka is making some adjustment to the field. Is it that Shaka is going to bowl now?
We know the captain on paper is Lindale Richardson, but what we've seen today is that it's been Shaka taking control in the field, really. He's been the vocal leader for the Beamerz in the field. We know Lindale is not really the most vocal of leaders on his day. So Shaka, he's been doing most of the talking out there. And he'll be taking a ball as well, Shaka. Back on for a second spell. Shaka Hodge from this commentary box end. Bowling his right arm off spinner over the wicket now into ball to Singh, and Singh to his delivery is forward, trying to turn it into the leg side. He'll pick up a single. On an overthrow there, that's rather poor fielding by the Beamerz. They seem a bit dejected. They seem like they may have given up this game already. They seem to have stopped playing cricket the way that the Beamerz like to play cricket, and I know that manager, Rodney Ray, would be very upset with that.
Because there was no need for that hard throw because the batsmen were already home.
Shaka Hodge once again into ball to Singh. It's flighted up and Singh drives down towards mid-off. They'll have to be quick. He'll have to be very quick. He doesn't take the throw, those gums, and it will be a single. 94, just ticking along slowly to this total of 110, which was scored by the Beamerz. Shaka Hodge. Setting his field, wants a bit of movement there. There's a slip and a leg slip. Hodge again into ball to Ashley White. He's getting a bit of turn again there. This one will drift back into the right-hander. Again being assisted by the wind from the east to the west. Allowing the ball to drift back into the right-hander, assisting his off-spin. Shaka Hodge again. As White tried this one, Shaka Hodge can't hold on. It was driven back furiously by Ashley White. Hodge dove away to his left. Just couldn't hold on to that one.
Really gave it all he had. But unfortunately, Hodge couldn't really hold on to that.
It was driven furiously by White as Hodge is in again. And again he is warning Singh, watch where that bat is. Hodge passes the umpire and the stump, delivers now to Ashley White, and the fielder at leg slip was put there for that precise reason. It looked like an inside edge and the leg slip put it down. Shaka Hodge again can't believe it. He was put for the turn there. It did turn. He couldn't catch it. Hodge again into Ashley White. White is forward and pushing down towards Miller and will get a single. Hodge is bowling well.
Very good over there from Shaka. Very, very good over indeed. Should have had the wicket, but it's all part of the game of cricket. See, the fielders are hustling around. Overcast conditions here at the Webster Park.
They wouldn't want it to rain on the... Well, the foreign stars certainly wouldn't want it to rain. The Beamerz may not mind as much.
We have some 7 overs left.
I believe we are into the 14th over now. Yeah, so we'll be...
We have 6.
Will be the leg spinner again to continue. Radish Ramraj. As this one comes off the pad of Ashley White. No, comes off the pad of the keeper Dion Burton. It will be a wide. Score moves on to what, 96? 96 as it's Ramraj again into ball to White, who is trying to hoik it down towards extra cover. That's a wonderful time shot by Ashley White. That will be 4 runs. The 100 is up. Just 10 runs away from victory now on the foreign, 11, on the foreign Stars.
That one was flighted and Ashley just coming forward and stroke it nicely into the offside for 4. Very good shot indeed.
So it was a wonderful shot by Ashley White, using the turn to his advantage, playing with the turn, keeping it along the ground as well. Ramraj again into ball to Ashley White. White is back and looking to cut straight at extra cover, but the ball bounces off of him because he knows a slight hill from the surface down to the fielding area, and he just couldn't get that one in front of him. Bounces away. It will be a single. 101 the score, 101 for the loss of 3 wickets. Ramraj comes in again. The leg spinner over the wicket into ball to Singh. Singh is pushing this one, a shot to the offside, but has to make a quick throw. And they will get the overthrows as well because nobody was backing up the stumps.
Sometimes you have to hold on to the ball. There was no one there, so just hold on. The single was already on.
103. 103. With the score now as Ramraj tosses the ball from hand to hand. Comes in now to bowl to Singh. Singh looks to sweep into the leg side. There's a deep backward square, but the fine leg comes across and does the fielding. It will be a single. Score moves to 104. 104 for the loss of 3 wickets. As Ramraj will come in again into bowl to Ashley White, and White is back looking to cut into the offside. The deep cover fielder will come across and collect. It will just be a single. 3 really. 105 for 3 the score. 105 for 3. As it will be Ramraj again to Singh, who chips one up and it will drop just short of extra cover, and that's going to be thrown away again. The man at short fine leg can't do the fielding. The deep square was to come across and pick this one up, and finally Dion Burton will collect it. It's kicked up in the air and eventually it will fall on the surface. Pretty much sums up the Beamerz day today.
Well, you know, sometimes it's not your day. And certainly today was not the Beamerz day. But as we know, Doc, the Beamerz, you know, they are forced to reckon with. And they're going to come back strong with more firepower. Especially
with the likes of Dylan Skellicky to come back into the side. They have a number of guys registered to the team that can come back into play. Some very big hitters. The likes of Wasim Mentos and the man Chaperon Rogers. They also have Eric Bukaran as well as Dylan Skellicky and Jamal Hamilton. They have some very heavy hitters not in the side today. Even Joe Baba Gums still registered to them as well. As it will be Shaka Hodge to continue in over number 14. 106 for 3 the score. Shaka into ball to Singh, and the Singh to the delivery is back, and the pushing will not get a run. Shaka Hodge again into ball to Singh. It's flighted up. Singh drives down to mid-on. It goes past the fielder. They will get 2 runs. That's not good feeling there at mid-on. Just 3 runs away from victory now. The Foreign Stars, they've put on a comprehensive performance with both bat and the ball. They've done well to chase down what could have been a tricky target. Shaka Hodge again into ball to Singh, and Singh is putting this one down towards deep fine leg. He will get a single. 109, the score moves to 109 for the loss of 3 wickets. 109 for 3 as Shaka Hodge is going to try to extend this game for as long as possible. But these 2 are batting. I don't know how much longer this game will go. Hodge walks in now into ball to White, who drives this one past extra cover, and I think that will be all she wrote for today's encounter. Ashley White, the captain, brings his team home, and the Foreign Stars have wrapped up victory by some 7 wickets.
A very good win here, Doc, for the Foreign Stars. As we saw from earlier on, they had the Beamerz in trouble. At one stage, Beamerz were 21 for 3. Then we saw a good partnership between Giovanni Gums and Akeem Saunders, taking the score up to 81. And then we had the break where the Beamerz slumped and they were all out for 110 runs. And there we saw now the Foreign Stars really taking up the challenge and taking the score right up to 112 for the loss of 3 wickets. New franchise to the Premier League here in Anguilla. And we know that the Beamerz, they are a team that will come and bounce back at you. Last year the same thing happened with some of the teams, and eventually the Beamerz ended up into the finals. So all in all, a very good game of cricket we had here today. The foreign stars really coming up and show their worth in this game today. Tomorrow we'll have another game where we'll have Razor Massive against the Pointers. All in all, the folks, we had a not too bad a crowd here today, and tomorrow we look forward to having a bumper crowd. As normally on Sundays at cricket, we have bumper crowds here. So we invite you to join us again tomorrow at 1 o'clock, where the game will be played between Razor Massive and the Pointers. This is Premier League, Anguilla Premier League 2022. Final game, final scores, Beamerz 110 all out, and the Foreign Stars 113 for 3. So until we join you again tomorrow, I am Renford Kelsick on behalf of the commentators and comments people here at the Webster Park. Invite you to join us again tomorrow. It's now back over to the studios. Just listen. You see, unlike our days with Beamerz, the back to studio, nobody there to take it over. Huh? Tiffany walking for the ball. Yes, I got to go to your other job. Huh? Yeah, that's it. There's another round. Yeah, the game I don't know. No, if you don't come tomorrow, there ain't nothing. Yeah, that's right. There ain't no problem. But at least you see what we're talking about.
Listen, as a listen, you have a laptop to
yeah, we could write it down. We could write it down for you. We could draw one for you. We'll draw the cricket pitch. Yeah, we'll draw the pitch and show the positions. Huh? Yeah, I know.
I just need to familiarize myself with positions and every now and then. No, I said just to familiarize myself.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing there. Alkins brought your lunch, Alkins in the room.
You know, it's my things I can't hear.
I know, I don't see that. Somebody told me about it from you. Your friend Mike. I know somebody, I got to see your friend.
As a man walking for the radio, right? Did you walk with your headphones? Did you walk with your radio? Let me pass it up and then anyhow, you were talking on the radio and you were hearing what you were saying, like it was raining, something.
what?
It was mayonnaise.
Yes, mayonnaise just now.
Yes, just now.
Mayonnaise? Mayonnaise!
Yes,
Careful what you
Because I didn't shut everybody yet. Because nobody was over there to take back the thing.
over there, but probably show the people you are to come back to something or something. Careful what you say.
Yeah, but with the kind of noise we couldn't hear nothing. No, you don't hear it outside. What I will do, I'll go online and see if I find a cricket field to show you and tell you where to find it. Yeah, that's good. Who getting married, Christy? I know the Christy getting married. Christy wasn't with him. I didn't even know about follow. Yeah, I know. But what I was saying, when somebody tell me, I hear your daughter getting married. I say, well, she ain't tell me that, and I know she getting married, she won't tell me. But listen to the joke. When she said to me, hope you want to get your email. I said, no, that's what you don't send you. Got you introduced me to the boy when it was. When they had the thing on my social security. Well, all I can say, hope you do lost, not like you might have found.
You know also on YouTube now, Robert?
Yeah.
What's up, baby?
Huh?
Let's go for the trip. Huh? I can go to the here now. I gotta say, how was it?
Very good.